Shit.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another Tuesday night edition of Gaming After Dark. I'm your host, Mr. Boom Boom Kaboom. Yes, I am in the room, and I've got a dynamic panel with me tonight. But yes, as you can probably see or probably noticed already, we are missing two of our usual suspects. I'm referring to Titan Drago and the middle-aged game guy, who both can't be with us tonight. They're both under the weather, so we want to wish them well. I hope they get better, and they're back here next week. As a matter of fact, since we've been doing Gaming After Dark, this is the first time that I've been minus both panel members. But you know what? Actually, I sent the invite out to these guys yesterday because I was thinking, man, I got to get some guys on this show. And I thought to myself, well, Jago hasn't been here for quite a while, so I got to get him back on. And then I was like, I got to get Doggy on too because I told him I'd have him on this year. And hey, why not get him on early? I love his charisma and his style, and I'm glad to have him back. It's great to have Jago and Doggy Dog, who are our guests tonight. So welcome, gentlemen. I'll start with you, Doggy Dog. How are you, man?
Well, thank you, Noof. Thank you for having me on again. And Mag and Titan, hope you guys are doing good out there. Love you guys. And Jago, it's nice to meet you. It's nice to do a show with you.
How the fuck you say meet me? We were just on Retro Renegades.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, we're going to have a great time tonight. It's going to be a good show.
Yeah.
I was going to say those two guys are well acquainted as they are a member of the Retro Renegades, which you can catch on Tuesday nights with Graphic God and Company. Great stuff over there. Always a lot of fun. Go check them out if you get the chance. They will give you more about that a little bit later on in the show. Jago Kuken, my friend, it has been a very long time. Glad to have you here. I know it's a bit late for you, but we appreciate you being here. How's everything?
I'm good, man. Life is kicking my ass in other ways, and but other than that, gaming and this hanging out with friends is helping me keep it together. But I got one question: is the reason why Mag and Titan are out is because they got sex changes and they were to both sex went the wrong way, or what's going on?
You might be onto something. Mag hasn't been feeling well ever since he wore his wife's Rocky tight. So
sex change complications.
Yes. Okay. Oh, Jesus. They call it COVID. I guess they call it COVID in their neck of the woods. I don't know.
Now we know that Titan mustn't be feeling well anytime since he bathes in yellow water or some shit like that.
Green water, yeah.
Yeah. So we're not sure about Titan. Maybe he caught some kind of diphtheria or something out of that crap. I don't know.
No, but it's good to be here, man. It's been a long time.
It's been a while. It's been a minute. So glad to have you back. I know when you're here, it's always a fun time. We go way back, me and Jago. So yes. All right. Before we get into any other thing on the show and acknowledging our fantastic chat, again, we want to give a shout out and our best wishes go to Spooky Sprocket, Trinity Warrior. We're still thinking of you, Spooky. We haven't forgotten you, brother. We want you to get better. We hope that you're coming around. Again, our thoughts and prayers and whatever we can do is we're all here for you. We're pulling for you. I think everybody in the chat feels the same. No matter how much you love or you hate somebody in this community, I think I speak for everybody to say that we don't wish ill on anybody. Like, no matter how much I don't like someone, I hate to see people go down. Like I said, a couple of weeks back, we lost, what was his name? Mojo Blues, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You don't know how short life is going to be. I mean, one minute these guys are on my podcast with me, and the next minute we know they're in the hospital, and then God only knows. And Spooky was here not long ago, and here he is now fighting for his life. So God bless him. Stay strong, Spooky. We love you, man. I hope you come back.
Live life to the fullest. Don't put off anything. I just say that. Never take anything for granted or anybody for granted.
No. Yeah. And one thing I don't take for granted is I don't take for granted my chat. Amazing people in there. That's why I give them an acknowledgement. Timothy Dixon, first man in the house tonight. What is going on, Mr. Tim? Good to see you here, brother. Thanks for the support always. Kylo Mila hanging out with us in the chat. Hey, our good brother Stinking Corpse is here. I knew I smelled something funky. Good to see you in here, Stinky. Yes, indeed. We got Casket Repair. Good to see you, Casket. He's a great supporter as well. God bless. Who else we got going on here? I see Princess Zelda, Titan Drago's main squeeze. What's going on, Zelda? Make sure you give that man some good juice or something, or maybe give the guy a nice little tug later on tonight. That makes him feel better.
Right.
All right.
That special tug.
That special tug. You know what I want to talk about. Not the hug.
News meant to say hug, but it was okay.
Yeah, I did. It was a hug. Give him that special hug. You know what I mean? Tony Grasso is here. Good to see you, Tony. Our show's a little bit better for you than the time zone. Gone Mad is here as well. He's got a super chat. Let's go B team. And Doggy Dog coming in hot and heavy. First one of the night, $1.99 in the super chat. It's Gad time. Woo!
Woo!
All right. Yeah, yeah. There you go. Do it again, Doggy.
Woo!
That's more like it. Yeah. See, I got it. All right. Yeah, man. John 907 is hanging out with us as well. We got Ryan Galloway in the house. What's going on, brother Ryan? The Metalhead is here as well. Dreadpool is here. What's going on, Dread? Good to see you. We got No LA Origins or NOLA Origins. I don't know how you want to pronounce it. Thanks for being here as well. And Brandon Barnes. I think I've caught up with everybody. At least I hope so.
That's no LA orgies. That's what that spells.
Is that what it is? Joe Dunmore is here. I can't do it the way Mag does it, but yes, Joe Dunmore. What's going on, brother? Good to see you here. Shizno Elite, Dizzy Delta. What's happening? Great crew already. All right, guys, let's get right down to it. We got a couple of topics. First off, a couple of light ones just to get to the topic of everything else. Yeah, you guys feel about this? Article came out today stating that the Xbox closing in on almost 12 million units sold. The Series S and the Series X are doing pretty damn well. Apparently, it's the best launch ever for an Xbox product, which speaks volumes considering, how well the amazing 360 did and all that stuff. So how do you guys feel about that? What do you think they're doing right? And can they keep it up?
I guess I'll chime in.
Go ahead, brother.
Go ahead.
It's not surprising that the Xbox Series X and if you're an old Xbox guy like I am, I've been on I've had every Xbox, been there day one. This COVID shit kept me from getting the Series X day one like I wanted. I finally got it on Thanksgiving Day, but the news is not surprising because of how phenomenal Microsoft has turned the ship around from their, I'll say, lackluster message in 2013 when they were about TV bullshit. But I mean, it's not surprising with all the goodwill and just how much Microsoft is now focusing on the gaming division. I mean, we won't that long ago where we weren't sure if Microsoft was going to sell off Xbox, right? We heard all those rumors. Yep. But it's not surprising because they are. Sony likes to say they're for the gamers or whatever the hell their slogan is.
For the
players, whatever. But Microsoft is actually proving it right now with how accessible their games and it is just to play their games on anything that you want to play them on. You don't have to have an Xbox console. You can play it on PC. And I remember back in the day, my Xbox is gonna die because I don't have to have a console. I can use my PC. But not everybody wants to game on fucking PC. I can tell you that. Well, I'm not. I got a PC. I use it for this right now, Retro Renegades, and that's about it. I'm a console guy. I don't
exactly.
I don't give a shit to game on PC. I don't need
more power to you that do, but
more power to you to do. I don't need a $70,000 PC to play games on. I'm a console guy,
and I don't want to sit in this uncomfortable ass chair.
No, exactly, Doggy, preach. I like my recliner, I like my couch, like my console. That's all I need. But it's not, like I said, it's not surprising because Microsoft is making it so easy for anybody wants to jump into the ecosystem to play their games the way they want to play them. And this may come back and bite me in the ass later. Who knows? But we can't stop technology advancing the way it's advancing. PlayStation is seeing that, and Nintendo, but they will eventually get on board. But no, it's not surprising, dude. Microsoft is. I've been with Microsoft and Xbox since Sega died because the original Xbox was like the next Sega. Right, per se. But this is the best I've seen. This is the most forward-thinking and fan service Microsoft Xbox I've ever seen them. Let's put it that way.
Well, let me ask you this, Doggy, and I'll go with you on this one. Do you think the resurgence in Xbox as well, due to the strong finish with the Xbox One generation? Because, I mean, they had a rough spell, but they finished strong. And the games are starting to come out now, and I think Game Pass is really leading the charge with a lot of the big titles coming day and date, including one that we're going to talk about later with Rainbow Six Extraction from Ubisoft. So do you think the Game Pass is really starting to help turn the tide? Do you also think that Microsoft was able to deliver perhaps more hardware this holiday season, and that might have helped as well? I mean, it had to both be somewhat beneficial that you were in stores perhaps when some of your competitors weren't. I attest that a large portion of these series sales are probably going to the S, which Phil Spencer did say was probably more likely due to the price point. So how do you feel about that? Would that be an accurate assessment, or do you think there's something else that might be leading the way?
Yeah, I mean, Microsoft at this point is giving the people what they want. They have the most powerful system, and you can actually get it too. You can actually get a Series X. You can't really get a PS5. That's probably helping out too. You can't even, PS5s are the hardest one to get. But also, we have the $299 system that's still next gen. I mean, people want cheap. They want to be able to get in on the cheap if they can. And some people don't even want the disk drive or whatever. So, and the Game Pass, give the people what they want, give people a year's worth of quality games coming in. The Psychonauts, the Flight Simulator, the great Halo and Forza Horizon 5. They're just giving people what they want. Yeah, so it probably started at the end of the Xbox One generation, the most powerful system, Xbox One X. But they didn't get much support, but they were still trying to give people what they wanted and stuff. So yeah, it's starting to show up. I know some of it's like I said, some of it's price, PS5's not having their stuff. They need to start getting their shit together on that, because that's probably starting to cost them, I would say, too, not being able to get your systems out there. So
I hear the Series S is much like the way a woman likes her dildos. Powerful package in a small package, right? Powerful punch in a small package. Being eaten in the street and take her off her feet.
Yeah. I mean, no. Look, I don't give a shit. I've been honest. I think I've said this before on Twitter. I don't give a shit about the Series S. It don't have a disk drive. That's you taking away less.
Me too. Yeah.
You taking away less options for me, but for everybody, I'm not all digital. I'm just like Noof. I do have digital games, and I have adopted more digital games when I can't find a certain game or whatever. Like when I go to find one, just like Noof's goes to find one in the store. But as much as digital is great, I will always push physical as much as I can. But and that's the reason why I don't need a Series S. But me sitting here, I can't sit here and say the Series X is leading the charge. No, there's no way, because how little the Series X is available, and how often more so you see the Series S available.
At that price point too.
At that price point too. And
man,
it's easier to make a Series S with when you don't have to have the chips at a certain success rate for a Series X like you do a Series S.
But you know what? John 907 brings up a great point. It's hard to buy a Series S if you have a 1X. Does the Series S really offer enough benefits over the 1X per se? Because we know what Microsoft did. As soon as the Series S came out, guess what they did? They killed the 1X, period. They took it off the shelf
they killed it quick.
And got rid of it because they didn't want people to buy it, because personally, outside of the solid state drive, it really doesn't do much different. As a matter of fact, the 1X can do true 4K. And it can still do 4K 60 on a lot of titles.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I can't say, because I don't have a side-by-side comparison, because I never bought a Series S and never will. But you're probably right, Noof. I mean, I'm not getting rid of I still got my Xbox One X. I'm not getting rid of it. It's a great console, and they never really pushed it as hard as it could be pushed, in my opinion.
Jago, we got called out by Dreadpool saying that.
I saw that. I said, no, I stand up to play my arcade ones up. That's different than PC gaming. That's different. It's different.
Yeah, exactly. I don't sit on a stool to play.
We heard that Jago stands up and has a flashlight installed at the front of his one up.
I
do. I've never sat down to play arcade games. That's like a.
I stand up to play my arcade one up, just like I did in the arcade.
People are like, why does Jago look like he's inserting coins into that fucking arcade one up?
I'm not knocking
Street Fighter.
I'm not knocking guys who want to play on PC. That's good for you.
For sure.
I have never gave a shit. I do not want a gaming desk. I don't want to play on monitors. I'm old school.
And I don't even think I could understand. I don't even think I could understand how to install the damn game and get the settings right to make it. I'd always feel like it was running like shit and I didn't have it set right.
It's just I've never wanted a PC game. People can tout their $70,000 PCs all they want to, and I go, yawn, move on, bore me to death. I could care less. I like the game the way I like the game. That's it.
I just like I like sitting on my fat ass on my couch or chair. in front of my TV, like I did when I was 6 and 7 or 8 or 9. Yeah, whatever.
exactly, Doggy. Exactly.
I don't know why this comment from Axel sounds kind of sexual. People just love to hate on the Xbox Series S because it's small and white. They rather have a big black console inside their small
You
tight home.
damn right.
That sums it up pretty much.
Oh, boy.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit, man. Even the chat's on fire tonight. God damn. Hey,
like-
man. At the end of the day, I don't give a fuck what you rock with because at the end of the day, you're gaming.
Right.
And that's all that
Exactly.
matters. What works for you is what works for you. What works for me, like I said, me and Jago were old school and we like our options. And we're going to keep hanging on to that until the fucking day we die. That's just the way we roll.
Yep.
You know, because people always say options are great, but options are not great when they take them away from you. And for those who, like I said, who have fully adopted the ecosystem, your guys are like all on board and you're all like, oh, this is great. And this is great. And this is great. But we're like, yeah, but what about for me and Jago, who like to collect, who like to have artwork, who like to have
a physical box in my hand. I like the artwork. I'm old school. I grew up with that. And when I don't, look, this will explain it as easy as I can. I have digital games, but I forget about them because I don't see them on my shelf.
That's right.
I'm like, I've got this game. I forgot about it. I bought it a year and a half ago, or I downloaded it a year and a half ago, and I don't see it on my shelf, or I've never touched it, so it never really stuck in my brain. You understand that?
Here's one thing that I just read. It was an article I read yesterday, Jago, that up here, I don't know about in the US, but in Canada, Netflix apparently is toning back the resolution or something, or the video quality of their service in Canada to lower the bandwidth or some bullshit like that. And I'm thinking to myself, and this is why I like to watch my movies and buy my movies on 4K Blu-ray, because I get the best picture quality, no exceptions, no fucking fees, no extra fees to watch it at higher resolution. I just go into the store. I only buy the movies I really like, something I know I'll watch at least 2 or 3 times. And guess what? I got that nice, sexy disc drive in my Series X and my Xbox One X that can play those things, and I absolutely love it.
Yep.
And you can't get that fresh, cracked open video game smell
out
of a digital.
Doggy.
Here's my motto, Jago, and this is the best way to put up. If your lazy ass can get up to get a beer from the fridge, you can fucking get up and put a disc in the drive.
Right. Exactly.
Booyah!
Yeah.
Booyah! Yes.
And look. And I'm not sitting here. Look. Being able to cloud game is fucking awesome. If you want to try a game, any game that Xbox got on Game Pass, and if you don't own it, or it's in Game Pass but you don't own it physical, you don't want to download it because let's be honest, the biggest downfall since even last generation, it's been the hard drive space. It's terrible. Mm-hmm. So you can just try it there. I love that, but I still and I love that, and I wanted to keep progressing forward. Just don't take away my option of having a disc drive or having a physical game.
It's so much like you get sales so much faster on physical too.
Bro,
like
the
Guardians of the Galaxy, whatever that new was called, $29-$30. And if you want to buy it on digital, well, it's still $60 all the time. I mean, it's always cheaper early on the physical. And if you want to sell it, you can. You can sell it to the next one.
And until they even that out, because I always looked at it like
they got to even that out.
Physical. I have a physical copy in my hands. I don't give a shit if the game's not really on the disc now. I still have it in my hands, until they even that shit out where a physical disc, like Ubisoft games, are going to sell 2 weeks later for half price, but the digital price will still be full price 7 months. A year later, fuck off with that digital shit.
That was one of the promises when digital came in, when they promised that they would be cheaper because they don't have a distributor. They don't have to press the disc.
Right, exactly.
No middleman.
It should be, exactly. It should be, it should be cheaper.
They should be automatically $5 to $10 less every single copy.
Because they're not producing a disc for as many. They're not having to go to a middleman. No case, no manual, no shipping. It's a digital key. So why the fuck ain't they cheaper? It makes no sense.
And then when you hear that bullshit online that they ran out of physical keys.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite.
How do you run out of a digital product?
How do you run out of a digital key? You can manufacture as motherfuckers as many.
That's like saying you ran out of air in your fucking house.
Yes.
Right?
I don't get it.
All of a sudden they ran into a corner. There's no air left over here.
Fuck. Yeah, I don't get it. I never will, dude.
Oh my God, man. It's not bullshit.
but the people, I mean, I know I'm not knocking it because, like I said, I've had digital.
No, I'm not knocking
digital
it
too.
either.
No, I'm not knocking it either. No.
But people don't bitch. They're like, well, these physical sales are. I mean, these digital sales are great. I'm like, okay, well, you paid $60 or $55 for this digital thing, and I just went to the store and bought the same thing for $30.
Yeah, you get them like a $60 game is always like $50 the first day at like Walmart and on Amazon and shit, like for the physical copy and stuff. It always seems cheaper. It always seems cheaper, and you get more.
And Newfonomics has saved my ass more than once. When I'm dead ass broke, Newfonomics gets me out of a hole and gets me brand new games or brand new consoles. I'm cool with it. Hey, I might trade it in 6 months later, but fuck it. I didn't spend anything to get it. You see what my point?
Yep, exactly.
Right.
And I know, and then right now I'm not even getting into it with the whole NFT bullshit, but the NFT shit right now, they're game. You cannot steal. You can't resell digital games. I don't know how far out that may be. If that ever comes to pass, I might. There is some digital games that I would fucking gladly sell to somebody.
Oh my God, I make a fortune off my shit, dude.
But right now that's not a thing. So and
Newfonomics is basically like getting a girl to give you a blowjob in exchange for going down south on her. You know what I mean?
Hey, now see, that's
you get some, she gets some. You know, that sort of thing, and it doesn't cost you any money. It's all mutual.
Yeah, I remember Xbox toyed. I think they asked, like, they sent out a survey and asked, like, would you be interested in us if you could trade in your digital bought games and we give you probably 6 cents for your $60 game, but whatever. Like, they were going to give you, like, you could trade back in your key and at least get a little bit of digital money back or whatever. A couple years, at least give us that option if you're going to go all that way.
Just couldn't acknowledge the chat real quick because we got one of our favorites in the house, One Away Dragons TV, aka Lemon, is in here. He's dropping $5. What's good, fam? Jago for life. Let's go. Love this show. Dragon, I don't know if you caught that comment I left you on Retro Renegades earlier tonight, but I said when you were talking about the Betamax and watching all that porn, I said, sounds like you were rubbing out some sour cream back in the days.
I missed that. I must have missed that. I didn't see it.
I was shocked because I was like, Jacob didn't even laugh at that.
I missed it. I missed it, I guess.
So, lemon, sour cream.
Yeah. Oh, my God. I know. I didn't even see it. Shit.
Thanks for the super chat, Lemon. Good to see you here, brother. I'll get you back on here one of these weeks, indeed, for sure. Let's get into some of the topics. Let's avoid this one. Like I said, we're all happy. We're all in the same boat here. We're happy for Microsoft. We're happy they're doing well. Because the console sales doing well. We don't really care about the overall numbers. We just want to know that they are succeeding. The consoles are getting into homes, because at the end of the day, consoles in homes means more subscriptions, means more games, more money back in the ecosystem. It's win-win. That's how it works. That's how it works. And it's product acknowledgement. It's product awareness. It's marketing. When your friend has an Xbox and his friend has an Xbox, guess what? The next friend probably buys an Xbox, right? That's kind of how it goes. And I don't care, man. I love PlayStation, but Xbox still has the best ecosystem. It still has the best, fucking community. Yes, I've tried it on PlayStation. Trust me, I'm come from a spot, and Jago, same thing. A lot of us have multiple consoles. This isn't a knock, but I'm just saying I spent years on both and I had no success over there with Xbox, man. It's like fucking family. I got so many amazing people on there, and that's something you can't trade. That's something you can't put a value on. Having these community game nights, for example, that are fucking amazing.
I can back you up with that, Noof. It's like pulling teeth to get like, most of the friends that I have on PlayStation, you know who they are? They're Xbox guys. They also have PlayStation.
And they're all playing the single player shit. And you're like, you want to play something? To be like, no, I'm going back because I gotta get the trophy in Dark Souls. No.
Well, I mean,
whatever, man.
God. I've had every PlayStation. I love PlayStation. I love PlayStation games. I've had every fucking PlayStation since the first one. But when you foster a mentality of only single player games, there's no real
the play alone station.
Yeah, well, there's no real need to hook up with other people when most of your games are only single player. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. You get that mentality. Yeah, you get trained to do what you do,
Yeah, exactly.
Lemon's coming back with another super chat. He must have caught that comment. He leaves $2 and says, LOL, Noof, you ain't ish. LOL. Oh, shit. Man, not all PlayStation games are toxic. I've met lots of amazing PlayStation guys. Trust me.
No, there's not.
Some really good guys.
No, you're right.
Anime Heaven, and if I got some really good friends on there too.
I got friends around.
you know, I think the way we look at the community, it's largely because most of us are primarily Xbox guys, that you see certain guys that just they don't give it a rest. It's like, I don't mind if you have an opinion. We all feel that way, but they never say nothing good about Xbox. It's like, no matter what Xbox does, you know, if they give you a great service, great console, whatever, it's always a fucking problem. You know what I mean? They always got an issue with everything Xbox does. They always move the goalposts. It's insane.
Xbox could come out, give them a free Series X and a fucking hand job, and they still talk shit about goddamn Xbox.
Oh,
yeah.
You mean like some of the media influencers they gave all those Series X that shit on them a day later?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, thank you, Xbox. I'm like your biggest fan. This is a great console. And the next day, do a video. Xbox Series X ain't shit.
Yeah,
right?
It's trash.
Oh my god. I don't understand. I will never understand. Okay, this is because I'm an older gamer, and I started with Mr. Bloomsticks likes to say. I started with a stick and dots, with like playing
some Atari and
Atari and whatever. So and as a kid in that era, if you grew up in that era, and Lufus, you can attest to this, and Doggy, you can attest to too.
Oh yeah.
When you grew up and video games was first like being a thing, and it captured your imagination, and you was like, fuck going outside, which is what it did to us back then. You're like, I want to stay inside and play video games. You wanted every console. You wanted every console to play every video game. You didn't give a shit what if Mario was on Nintendo, you got Nintendo. If Sonic was on Sega, you got Sega. It didn't matter. That's why us older gamers have all these consoles that we have. We don't want to miss out. We don't give a shit. We will buy them, but the people that only grew up, I don't get it. The people that only grew up with one console or maybe younger, I don't get the whole. I only get PlayStation.
I had a piece of wood in front of my TV when I was younger that had like 7 consoles sitting in front. I had Turbo 16, Super Nintendo, Genesis, had the Sega CD underneath of it, a 3DO or so. You know, never had a Neo Geo. Which
I've never understood the mentality of segregating yourself off from games just because
we're old school gamers. We're old school gamers. You could put the entire cast of Baywatch in front of your TV and there'd still be less plastic. You know what I mean? That's how we roll, baby. That's how we roll. Anyway, guys, it is what it is. Like I said, we love gaming, man. And like me, I'm super excited for Horizon Forbidden West. Can't wait to play it. I'm going to score myself a fucking PS5. If it kills me, I don't care.
I'll play it on my PS4, dude.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I don't have my PS4 anymore because I'm waiting to get another PS5. So
is that on PS4 as well?
It is PS4 as well, yeah. But I want
PS5. Okay.
Oh, yeah. So yeah. Whose dick do I need to magically rub like a genie? Come on now.
Look. I played Spider-Man Miles Morales last year, like Christmas time last year, and it still was an amazing experience without the rumble triggers. That was a great DLC. I mean, it is what it. Yeah, it's great, dude. I loved it.
So moving on to, I guess, our first big topic of the night, Dying Light 2 and the debate on hours to completion. Now, of course, a lot of people saw this come out, 500 hours to complete, and people kind of immediately ran and said, oh, it's 500 hours. That's insane. But yes, it is 500 hours to make it clear to complete the game at about 100% completion. I mean, it's going to variable, give or take. Could be less, could be even more, depending on the way you play the fucking game. But either which way, that's a staggering number. Like that's the kind of thing you like. Whoa, that's insane, right? Like especially for an action, survival horror based type of game. Personally, I can't say much because I've never played the original Dying Light. I have the expansion or whatever it was, or the sequel thing that came out.
Oh, what was that called?
For Forbidden what? No,
the following is a following or something.
The following, something like that.
Following, I have that, and I haven't even installed it yet. I want to go and play it. It looks like a really cool game. I'm definitely interested in Dying Light 2. Now, where I stand on the whole 500 hours, look, if you love Dying Light, if you love any video game, there's no amount of hours that you can put a timestamp on because some people play sports games for thousands of hours. Some people play RPGs for thousands of hours. So to criticize them for putting extra in a game is a little bit silly. Now, personally speaking, for me, I would say it's overkill because I know, like, I can't play any game for 500 hours, let alone one that's not on my radar. I think the last time I spent close to 150 hours might have been Mass Effect Andromeda, and that's only because I really love Mass Effect. I didn't really like Andromeda much. It wasn't terrible, but I can't still believe I spent over 100 hours playing that game. So personally, look, I think you can beat the game. They said the main campaign, if you're kind of just going through, is about, 20, 30 or something like that, which is, in my opinion, is totally adequate. I get distracted in those games quite easily when they're open world. I tend to stray off. And that's the part with me. Like, I think a lot of us have that. It's like you want to beat the game, but at the same time, you really hate that leaving out the side quests because you feel you're missing out on something. Some games have really good side quests. Some games have side quests that you're like, man, like The Witcher had some great side quests. Games like even Spider-Man had some amazing side quests. And there's been a bunch like that. And then there's some games that like every side quest is like, oh yeah, you fell down and broke your leg again. I guess I got to go find your crutch somewhere. Is it like, there's some really crazy crap like that you just like, you start to get bored. It feels like the same old thing over and over. It's, Halo Infinite, for example. I mean, even that had where it was a very same kind of mission. Go and beat a base, go and save the fucking crews that are stranded on parts of the island. But the thing with Halo, the only reason I could accept it, because Halo wasn't that big. Like in the grand scheme of things, it didn't really take you that long to accomplish a lot of that stuff.
No,
so it wasn't a trudge. But there are some games, Assassin's Creed comes to mind, and even Mass Effect Andromeda, where you get a side quest and you got to go way over here, and then you got to go way back over here. And then you got to go there's 2 or 3 parts to a quest and you're traveling all over the place.
Right.
And like Red Dead Redemption had some stupid side quests where you're like, oh my God, I'm on this fucking horse forever. Like, oh my God. Like
go fish. I'm like, no, I ain't fishing.
No, that's what I drew the line there.
So how do you guys feel about that? I mean, obviously some people are taking this to a whole degree and they're acting like it's the end of the world or something. 500 hours, that's absurd. So how do you guys feel about it?
It depends on the game. It depends on the gamer, what you're into, what type of games you're into. I think it's a little ridiculous for 500. I mean, I could say it's ridiculous right now, but I don't know how many hours I've put into Killer Instinct. Look at my avatar and look at my Twitter name. I've probably got God knows how many hours. I could say I've got like 40 something days in the original Titanfall. I don't know how many hours that is. That's that's because I love the game. I got 20 something days in Titanfall too. We won't know. We won't know until you actually play the game. I'll say if you play the game and it feels like a bunch of bullshit side quest filler and it's obvious that's what it is and just did it to extend the game, that's because let's be honest, a lot of open world games do have a bunch of stupid ass side quests. Go fetch my leg, go fetch my eye patch, go fetch this or that, a
sack of potatoes.
Sack of potatoes. Just extend the game. If that's what the 500 hours is in Dying Light 2, no. But the whole outrage with like, oh my God, it's 500 hours. If a lot of these people that were bitching about it probably won't go never buy the game anyway.
True.
Probably don't give a shit. Like I love the first Dying Light. Loved it.
Yeah, it's cool.
I think it took me like 25, 30 hours to beat it. I'm probably going to buy Dying Light 2 because how much I enjoyed the first Dying Light. But I'm not putting 500 hours in it. I love open world games, but let's be honest, I'm starting to get open world game fatigue. Too many games are starting to go open world.
Oh, bravo! Can I applaud this man?
That's a good point.
I miss the days of how Dead Space would tell you hit down on the D-pad and it would tell you where to go. Yeah, I miss that. I don't need to go explore over here
Jago, here's my reason why I think they exist, and there's so many. Because the longer the game, it means more engagement. The more time you're basically stuck in a world, it means the more chances that you're going to possibly buy money on the game, right? Spend money. And the second thing I think is also a cop-out for great storytelling.
Yep.
Because to make a linear game and keep it interesting requires great level structure and great storytelling, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. If you don't have it, the game gets boring pretty quick, kind of going down the quarter, turning, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Even look at like the Resident Evil games. Like look at the backtracking they even do in those games. It's when you look at it, it's like, What? Like you're going back to a lot of the same parts of the level over and over again.
The backtracking in
Right?
the old school Resident Evil games was just to extend the length of the game. That's all it was.
So I still think they carry that over in new open world games. Again, it's a cop out for great story because it's easier to just go, well, Bobby needs a new bike for his BMX contest, so I got to drive to this part of town, and beat the shit out of some other kid to grab the bike.
Then you got to go find the chain for it after that.
Then you got to find the chain for it and the pedals. Yeah, exactly. Assemble the damn bike, right? Yeah. And then while you're trying to assemble the bike, you get beat up and it gets lost, and your mother sends you back.
The chain washes down the river over a waterfall, and
then you get to your mom and she sold it for a piece of crack. You got to go find a crack dealer, and then whatever. Stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? Dumb shit.
And Shizno was right. People will whine about anything. It's like, I don't know if I'd really use it as a selling point, but I don't think it's a bad thing. I mean, if they put extra work in and they know that the audience who've been waiting how many years for Dying Light 2?
A long time.
A long time.
Since 2015.
Have they came out and said how long it it would just take if you just ran through the story?
Just over 20 hours.
Over 20 hours.
Okay, we'll see. I mean, that's not that bad. So if you...
But the question is, what the fuck are you doing for the other 480?
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, okay, yeah, there's no chance, like, if I was achievement hunting or whatever that shit, I'm not playing that motherfucker for
if you
500
said,
hours.
Okay, the main game is 20 hours, but to do the side quest is 100 hours, it's kind of like, okay. But when you're saying it's 20 hours to beat the main campaign and it's 500 hours for the 100% completion.
Oh, yeah, that's a bunch
what
of
in God's name do you guys have in that game? It would take 500 hours. Like that's
man, can
insane.
you guys fluff my pillow? Can you guys fluff my pillow for me there, man?
Look. I didn't finish because I don't give a shit about all you completionists out there that want all the trophies and all that crap. Good for you. I don't do that much. I hear over the past year I did Marvel's Avengers because I enjoyed it so much, and I did Guardians of the Galaxy. Phenomenal game. If you haven't played it, you need to fucking play it. I didn't. Most games I don't do. I get the achievements I get, and that's it. I could play Dying Light 2, but like I want to do all 500 hours, but I doubt it because the first one I played through the campaign. I did what I wanted to do, and after I beat the story, which is most games, I'm done with it unless it's really good.
I mean, Jesus, what are we doing at 420 hours in? Tying zombies to a tree and having a zombie gangbang?
Having a smoke, smoke doobie.
Like people say. I've never played The Witcher 3. I own it. I've never even booted it up. But like, there's people that spent 500 hours in that. And I saw somebody else say it. I don't remember who it was a while back.
Right.
There were some people that played State of Decay for like 4
What's that say for Sam?
Have you guys, have you ever seen anybody go down on a zombie woman? No. But guess what? My goddamn dog Zippy is gonna do it. Ain't you, Zippy? Oh, what a sight that gonna be, boys. Hang tight. We're going to be at 420 hours in a zombie twat eating, baby. Yeah.
Oh, God. No, I just, most time I look at it like this because time is limited to play games. The older you get, that's how I've seen it, or unless you're retired. I'm not retired. I never will be retired as far as I can look at right now.
Right. So, it'd take me forever to play 500 hours of any game.
500 hours?
Of games.
Of one game, I can probably play 5 or 10, depending on the type and style of game I'm playing. So I'd rather do that. I'd rather finish, and I like to finish games. I'm not one of these people that like start a game and then go to another game, and never finish it. I like to complete a game when I start it. So if the Dying Light 2's campaign takes me 30 hours, I'm good with that. Maybe I do a little side stuff and maybe 40 after that. Unless it's really engaging, unless it really captures me, I'll be done with it and put it down. And I'm going to go on something else. That's all you got to do. And if that pisses you off about 500 hours, all you got to do is, if you're really interested, just buy it. If you're still that interested in it, buy it, beat the campaign, do a little side.
Don't play it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And if you buy it and you get your 500 hours play, you got your fucking money's worth.
Oh,
right
you
there.
you
got to love that developer right there.
If you pay $60 for it, you got like quadruple or more your money's worth.
Yeah, you are badass. If you got, not badass, but you got your money's worth out of that. But like I said, I know people that played like that State of Decay for 2 or whatever they had on Game Pass, like for 300, 400 hours. I'm like, what in the fuck could you possibly be doing that piece of shit?
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it, Doggy. There's fucking, my leg is broken. And
Doggy, I don't even think you've watched 500 hours worth of porn in your life, have you?
Oh, no, hell no. I do it, man. I even like playing 500 hours worth of video games. Like I'm so busy. Like there's no way I could sink. I would sink my whole year's worth of video game playing into that one fucking game. No way. Like there's just no way that could play that much. And it would mean nothing.
That's
like
3 years of video games for me. Probably 500 hours.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it could be 3 years.
It's hard to get. It's hard to get 500 hours of porn when it only takes you about 10 seconds a pop. You know.
Right. I would be set for. I'd be set for my next 3 reincarnations.
Shit.
Good shit. No, I just look at gamers. Gamers loved it like Shizno. I see Shizno all the time, and he's fucking right. The stupidity I see on Twitter, people bitching about this and bitching about that. I'm like, shut the fuck up, you idiot.
Oh my god, yeah, the bitch.
I'm like, just play games and shut up. These people on Twitter, I swear, play Twitter more than they do games.
They don't even.
If Dying Light was the only game that I'd probably own all year, I could probably see me getting close to that mark.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I got so many games to play that I'm going to be moving on.
No, if that comes out in February, so you can still be playing that in December, right? No, sir.
Exactly.
See, it comes out in February to boot. Like, isn't there like 50 other games coming out in February? That's not a good foundation for 500 hours.
Hey, Noof, when Starfield comes out, you better be sure you're playing Dying Light 2 in November, okay?
That's right.
Man, that's oh my god. Yeah.
People make too much of these things, man. It's not even really a topic. It's just one of those things. You got the odd person, and what's wrong with more? Like there really is never anything wrong with more. There's a lot wrong when you get a lot less. When you're paying more for games and getting a hell of a lot less, hence modes missing. Fucking multiplayer shit missing, stuff that was normally in every other iteration is missing. Battlefield, then you got a problem because they're taking away, and that when people are giving you more for your money, that's never a bad thing.
Look, I can understand if you love video games that much because I do too. I've been playing video games. I was born in '77. I've been playing video games since like '84 when I started on Atari. I understand loving video games that much, but there is a life outside of video games. Everything ain't that fucking serious. I mean,
exactly.
If you and I get it. I understand the love of video games, but if you're mad about and you were really looking forward to Dying Light 2. And you're mad about it having 500 hours, you must not care about other genres and other types of games.
That's what
come on, man.
If it said it had a 20-hour campaign and you could get through it, yeah, exactly. There's no reason to get mad for 500 hours. You shouldn't be expecting to. Just like I would never expect to get any Assassin's Creed game and think I'm going to get through any of all of that shit. Hell, I can't even get through the whole goddamn campaign because it's so long, you know. So
just like Shizzo just said, as long as I get my money's worth, I'll be happy. I don't give a fuck if it takes 500. No.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, as long as somebody's getting their money's worth out of it, exactly. You know, if they play for 500 hours, then great. If
you know how my mentality's always been, Doggy, Noof probably the same way. As long as if I pay $60 for a game or $40 back in the day or whatever console it was, if I beat the campaign or I got all the story, I got my money's worth.
I got my money's worth then, yeah.
And if it's always subjective because I've beaten some games where 10 hours, you're in 10 hours in the game and you're kind of like you're sad that it's over. You're kind of like, damn, I wish the game was 20.
Yep.
But then you'll play other games that maybe 5 or 6 hours, and you're kind of like, Jesus, will this fucking game ever end?
I'm glad it's over.
Huh? You're glad it's over, right? We all have those games that we don't want them to end, and you always play some of those games that you're like, my God, would this fucking thing just end already? You know, that sort of thing. It's always subjective.
Gaming there's too many games. It's 2022, people. There's too many games, too many game publishers. We have so many more games to pick from, and they're coming out every month now compared to what we got as a kid. There's way too many games to get mad at how many hours are in one game.
Right, Jago, there is too many games to be bitching.
Dude, come on.
Too many games to be bitching, man. Back when I was a kid, you went up to the video store and you reserved your copy and you waited for Super Mario 3 to come for like 6 months. That was the thing coming out, you know. We get shit every week and people are bitching.
Was it not as a kid? Didn't it seem like it took like 6 to 8 months for a new game to come out back
Yeah.
then?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, you reserved your copy at the riddle store.
Even if you had multiple consoles, you're like, God damn, the gaming drought is crazy right now. Genesis and Super Nintendo ain't bringing out nothing.
TJ
I remember
Berto
that,
Das
man.
coming in with a $5 super chat saying, I'm pretty sure Noof beat his meat for more than 500 hours in his lifetime.
There we go. There we go. We have found a hobby that we have probably all went over 500 hours.
Women will lie, but they beat their meat too. They just don't have a stick to play with. Let's just be honest.
I guess I would explain why my my dick kind of looks like Jacqueline's beef jerky.
Mine looks like an accordion sometimes, man.
Sure, nickname Rumple Foreskin.
Depending on the girl you stick it in, it could be teriyaki flavor. Who knows?
Smoke herring. Shit. Oh man. All right. Can you tell it? See, this is why I brought these two guys in, because even though Titan and Mag couldn't make it tonight because they're both under the weather, no, it's not COVID related, guys, so don't worry. But they
sex
are
change.
Yeah, it was a sex change. I said Mag wore his bra too tight last week or whatever it was. So
it takes a couple days. It takes a couple days for the symptoms to wear off.
The ladies have a linger finger, according to Joe Dunmore.
Yes.
Yes, great one, Joe. Linger finger. Oh man. So anyway, we're gonna bring in Ask Arnold. I think this topic is mute. We said our part. Hey man, you want to play $500? Great. If you don't, whatever.
Yeah.
As long as you like, the most important thing is go out and support the game, buy it,
exactly,
you love it, and that's all there is to it. No more, no less.
Exactly.
Right. You don't have to play it if it's too long for you, but making a point to be like degrading a developer for putting extra in is a bit weird.
I'll say this, Noof. This, Noof, before you bring Otter in. If you buy the game for $60 and you don't play it for 500 hours, but you do beat the story and whatever, don't mean you haven't supported the dev.
That's right.
And it don't mean you didn't get your money's worth.
Exactly.
Yeah. If you beat the game and enjoyed it, you got your money's worth.
You'll get that one dingle dong though that go on social media and be like, yeah, but I played it for $500. You only played like 15. You ain't a serious gamer. You don't like dying like you faker.
Like, the dev said it was 500. I played for 600 hours.
Well, good.
Yeah. You'll have that guy, right?
Yeah.
You're in fucking team. Draven Arrow, what's up, brother? Good to see you. All right, so now it's time to ask Arnold. Yes, we will still have him in there. We might even have a Safe House Sam segment later in the show. Let's see how that goes. But anyway, guys, I'll let the panel have a chance to ask first. And anyone in the chat, if you guys have a question for Arnold, perhaps Cletus or Safe House, now is the time to do so. So I'll let you think about that for a moment. And how about it? Panel, do you guys have anything that you'd like to ask Arnold, Safe House, or Cletus?
Cletus, this is probably interesting for Cletus, Cletus, what was your favorite Christmas present you got this past Christmas?
My favorite Christmas present was a half fiddly diddly, guys. First of all, it's great to be back here in 2022. I can't believe that I'm still alive in 2022 after everything that's gone down. My favorite Christmas present, honest to God, sometimes around my house, we don't see a lot of women in my purse. So, sometimes when grandma, she comes down naked, I get excited. That's like a Christmas present right there. Honest to God, somebody gave me a pair of pig fucker underwear. I like them. They're like a little cute little pig on it, little like it's cute. It had the eyeballs and the nose is right where your dickle dong hangs out. And I really kind of like them, fits nice and good, and the shit stains comes out real nice too, and it puts in the wash, and it's good.
Sounds like a nice gift.
All right. Questions, anyone else? Jago, any questions? Another one from you, Doggy? People in the chat? Come on now.
Chat, what you got? Let's see,
Well, fiddly diddly, come on now, guys, get their questions coming. I ain't got all day. I got chores to do here. I got butter to churn, and I got some cows that need some milking out there.
Safe House Sam, if you ran out of toilet paper, what would you use?
Well, let me tell you, I would use whatever the fuck I could find. Would it be a cat? Whether it would be a piece of fucking rag carpet from the house. I don't know, man, but there's nothing worse than going around your house and shit out of your ass. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to see you fucking dirty drawers. You goddamn women, they sure as hell don't want to be smelling you, smelling like a fucking, pardon me, like a fucking sneeze biscuit in the backyard. You know what I'm saying? So, no. Man, like, you wipe it whatever you can find. And honest to God, if you got to stick your 5 fingers deep up there and scrape out them peanuts, you just get rid of it in the sink. You just wash up real good with soap. Because if you miss some shit underneath your fingernails, trust me, lady, you won't want to be biting your nails at class. You know what I'm saying? So let's go.
Have you ever went out in the cornfield and used a corn cob?
That actually sounds like a pretty good idea. I've got a feeling that Cletus knows a little bit about that. Maybe Cletus knows how to wipe his asshole with a corn cob. But yeah, there you go. Look like a little peanut butter crispy over there.
Oh, shit. We got Axel coming in with a question. Would you care to read that one out?
What's we got here, Axel?
Hey, Cletus, why are people hating on the Series S because it's small and white?
Actually, that's a great question. You know what I'd say? Because, the kind of world we live in now, it's not a good thing to be small and white anymore. Okay? It's politically correct not to like fucking small white people and small white things. That's how it goes now. You know what I'm saying? Like, people just they want everything. They want it big, black, and on the attack. You know what I'm saying? They don't want them small white conferences anymore. That shit was gone out in the 80s. You know what I'm saying?
I prefer my consoles big and black. No, it's okay.
Right? Yeah, I think so. And you never go back, Jago.
I don't mind my coffee long, strong black, but I don't know. But I never give a shit about my consoles. I mean, most of my consoles is fucking white. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck is it? Yeah, I don't know, man. I can't tell you why, but I guess it must be some kind of discriminatory thing. But small white consoles that got the word S in it, I don't know. Maybe S sounds for sexualized or stubborn or fucking shit. I don't know what the fuck it mean, but what I'm saying? They don't like that crap anymore.
How about the big white PS5? Vagina.
Oh my God, that thing is.
Yeah, that look like Aunt Bessie's vagina. Big white flaps down the side and kind of dark in the middle. Don't know what the fuck she been doing, but my God, I think she was smoking cigars with her JJ back in the days. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of scary. That's a big bitch. That's a big bitch right there. That PlayStation 5. Nothing else. If your fucking hands ain't getting a workout with them vibrating controllers, god damn it, you can pick up and burn some muscles by lifting that son bitch. Stick a fucking rod on that thing. My God, you get some workout up in there, little PS5 up, PS5 down. Yes, sir. You can do a lot of shit with that PlayStation 5. Yes, indeed. Fuck, honest to God, you can take the guts out of that son bitch and stick it on the water surfboard on the fucking thing. We got one from Disney Delta here.
Disney Delta says, okay, go ahead, Jago.
Hey, Arnold, crunchy peanut butter or smooth?
I never like anything crunchy. It gives me the wrong kind of feeling there. I don't want to have nuts in anything that I'm touching, okay? No, it's got to be smooth. When I'm eating my peanut butter, it's really weird because you get this great taste and, it's going down your throat real smooth and all of a sudden you get this crunchy nut and it's in there and it's almost choking you and you're like, what the fuck is that? Where the hell does it come from? No, I don't want fucking nuts. I don't even like nuts in my chocolate bars or anything else. No, I don't like crunchy crap. It's not what I do here. I like it smooth. I like it easy, just like my women, smooth and easy. If you went down on your old lady and you found a peanut in your teeth, you'd be pretty disgusted. You want to put the peanut butter.
A crunchy nut, Arnold, is when he hasn't got off in a few days.
We got another one from the metalhead.
Oh, the metalhead. Hey, Arnold, did you ever felt the May? Oh,
man.
Yeah, with a glass of orange juice. And you know what I called it later? I called it a Minute Maid.
Arnold's response just made me need to take some fucking acid pills.
I know, the heartburn just. Okay, woo. Up the rails. All right,
yes.
We got any more nasties out here?
Yeah, one time I went down on a redhead. And she had a great big old orange bush. And you know what she said to me? She said, "I'm just like Minute Maid. Concentrate." Shit. All right, guys. Last question. Whoever you want it to be. Go ahead. Last question. We'll move right along. Anybody? And thanks, John. We appreciate you. We love the chat, man. Some of you guys love this show. Well, we love our chat. You guys are amazing. Glad that we can crack you up and bring a smile to your face.
I love the show, man. I love the chat.
Fun speculation is here. What's going on? What's going on? Boba Fett Gaming. What's happening? Hey, Timmy is in the house. What's going on, Timmy? Axel 1324. Tony Grasso. Yes, Joe Dunmore. Shizno Elite. Dizzy Delta. DJ Murder Doss. Yes, the who's who are in the chat tonight. Thank you guys for showing up. Again, Mag and Titan couldn't be here. They're both under the weather. First time in the history of GAD that neither one of my fellow panel members could make the show. So thank God the Noof's there.
The only thing that would have made this show even better tonight, Noof, is if Primal showed up.
Well, that would have been fantastic. Yeah.
Wow, that would have been.
Goddamn, I should have asked her too. Damn it.
Yeah, you should have.
I got to get her back on, man.
Yeah, she's awesome. She's awesome.
Speaking of people that haven't been around much, saw Rosie Baum in the Retro Renegades chat.
Yeah,
that was great. Forever. I was like, holy shit, she's still around. That's awesome.
I haven't seen her in years in the chat, but she hit me up a couple of days ago. She's like, well, "Is Super still around?" I'm like, "Yeah, he's around." She's like, "I just don't see him post much on Twitter." I'm like, "He don't."
I know she's had on and off relationship troubles, and hopefully that wasn't anything to do with it. But anyway, it was good to see Rosie Baum. Like
it was really good to see her.
It's always good to see. It's always good to see people back in the chats and stuff. You know,
it's been years since I've seen her in chat, dude. It's really good to see her.
Especially the ladies, you know, because we don't have enough awesome ladies in our community and our gaming chats. I don't know if they're intimidated or the guys are not accepting, but hey, we love our ladies.
Yeah.
We encourage them to
for
play
sure.
games.
We
encourage them. Yeah, we're not the other way around. We encourage our ladies to come out for community game nights. It's just amazing. Right. I know Twishy and that crowd, they got a few awesome like Lupa and Demon Lady and who's the other one there with the great little voice? She's real cute. She comes on.
Oh yeah,
Sophie, it's Sophie.
Yeah, Sophie.
Glitter Soph and a few other ones that come on. And, like they're just a lot of fun, and it's glad they come out. And I wish I could get more to come out for community game nights on the North American side. I had actually Lady Foxfire came out this past Saturday. It was great. We got to play Gears together, first time in a long time, and we actually kicked some major ass this week.
We need
Lady
more
Foxfire is so awesome.
We need more ladies to jump into community game night, but they're so, I guess they're so afraid of being talked shit to online, like these douchebags do to like girls on women on.
See, I don't understand why guys got to be so fucking, like you said, douchebaggy like that. What? Just play with them. Just like play with them alongside them. I don't understand why you got to be like that.
I've always wanted a woman to game with. I'm like, come on, man. And I've always looked at women game. Women,
and they're always cool. I mean, they're always cool when you game with them. I don't understand and. Why these douchebags, like you say, that's the best word for them. Why you got to ruin this shit? Why you got to ruin this shit and make them feel intimidated? It's just pathetic.
It's because if they get their ass kicked by a woman, they feel demasculated and they're like, "Oh, you're a piece of shit."
Yeah, go back to playing Fortnite and go back to your girly games. You ladies don't belong. Like, come on, man. Like, fuck off.
Shit, man. I'd get whooped by any woman that played, probably whoop my ass. That's the fun of it, man. It's video, it's games. Some of those guys
are probably virgins that just got turned down by girls in their past, so their only way of emasculating themselves is by acting big shot on a game.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
That's the problem. Like these guys that turn on their video game system and think it's like a fucking dating app or some shit. Man, come on, guys, let's play the damn games, guys. Like if there's a lady out there, they're wanting to play games too. Everybody's trying to be a part of this community. Just play the games, man. We're all trying to have some fun. Have fun. Let them have fun.
I'm gonna speak some knowledge to any lady gamers out there. You can't game in party and what is it? Open chat, because you will always get talk shit to. Dudes get talk shit to in that. Befriend real gamers. And you'll see, join community game night. You'll see it's not like that. It's not like that.
And you know, one guy said, "Oh, well, it's just trash talking that's been around for." Yeah, there is trash talk. We get it. Even the guys trash talk, but there's a big difference when you bring in someone's race, religion, their color, their color or their gender. What the fuck does that have to do with playing? Like, I fucked your mom. That's trash talk. I fucked your mom. Oh, you know, you're like a lousy ass gamer, and you know, like go back to playing Mario or something.
Exactly. Yeah,
That's trash talk. But when you bring in, like I said, when
you make it personal. You make it
because you're a
personal.
girl.
Yeah,
or
you're a
from
girl. That's
country or
bullshit.
whatever,
Shit there.
right?
Yeah,
That's called that's different. That's the level again. That's just totally different talk, and
Yeah.
that stuff doesn't need to be there,
No.
right?
And
Right.
Not only in gaming, in the world, period. In
Right.
the world, period.
And-
You don't need,
Yep. And it's just it's just sad that people need reminded of that, just
It is.
play alongside your fellow gamers.
like
Yeah,
I was
Or
like,
who it is.
like some people may not know, but I was in the military, and I didn't give a fuck what race you were, what gender you were. If you wore my color, you were an American. You're a human being. You were my brother. You were my sister, and that's why it should
Mhm.
be all over the fucking world. Just
Yeah,
fucking-
I was playing games a couple summers ago with dude from France. He was translating stuff and trying to talk to me while he's on his phone while he's talking to me. Is so cool. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, just you get man. It's just fun to play with anybody. Yeah.
I hate that it's 2022. And this industry's come a long way. We were still dealing with that archaic
Exactly, yeah.
bullshit.
Caveman.
Well-
Because you're a female, you suck ass.
I'm pretty sure if you're in the military and you're on the battlefield somewhere and there's bullets raining down on you, you ain't giving a fucking shit what sex, color, or anything else the person next to you is.
Nope.
You're just
Right.
glad that they're there covering your ass. That's what
Yep.
you're glad.
You
Yep,
see, when I'm
exactly.
playing games with somebody, I'm just glad they're there playing. That's what I'm saying. Same thing. Exactly. I don't know.
As far as the video game industry's come, still to this day in 2021 and 2022, that the female gamer, just because they female, get so much shit because they're females.
The human race needs to catch up with the video games.
It just proves how far we still got to go.
Yep, as the race needs to. The
Yeah.
human race does,
Yeah.
not the video games. The video games is coming quite along. We need to catch up with it. Like, just be
Yeah.
real with the shit.
My mother heard me ever say something like that when I was a fucking kid. Don't worry, I would have got some damn punishment. Trust me.
Oh yeah, me too. I'd have got knocked. I'd have got knocked in
I got
the
whipped
last
with the
Tuesday.
Mind you, I
man,
didn't have
whipped with
online
the
when I was
belt,
growing
man.
up, but
No,
I used to
you're
got
right, you're
whipped
right,
with the
dude.
belt. You
It-
learn your lesson,
If-
man.
If my mom and dad heard me saying some dumb shit to a girl just because she was a girl or somebody else like that, I'd have got knocked in the last Tuesday.
Yeah. I would have got whipping with the belt, baby.
Yep.
I mean, you know
Man,
what?
you couldn't
I
do
get
that
it.
shit
Some
today
guys
now
have called
either.
me out on because during this show and certain things, I've said some things that can be deemed as sexist, right? And I get it. And sometimes I know when I step over the line, and sometimes perhaps I didn't realize that I did, and I always sorry for it. Like, I mean, I'm generally that kind of person. Like when someone tells me stuff. Like Noof, you said something here and it was taken the wrong way or whatever. Like I will apologize wholeheartedly. I'm not that too proud that I can't say you know what I mean? Like that's the kind of person I am. I actually care. I do it for shits and giggles and laugh. It's not meant at anybody directly. I know the one that recently got called out because I said something about the girl that won. Was it the girl for Resident Evil? Because she won the award.
Oh, the
for
girl,
best
the
thing,
girl,
right?
the girl with
and I don't know. I
had
said
that
some
low-cut dress on. She was hot.
I said something. Yeah. I said something about like her dress was hot, but her face or something like was a left to be desired or something like along that lines. Like,
oh my gosh, somebody took wow.
Oh yeah, somebody called me out like
Man,
"That was
what a
awful what you
sensitive-
said and stuff like that. It's
That's
like
so sensitive.
well,
That's-
perhaps they worded it the wrong way, but you know what I meant. Like she had a sexy dress. I
Yeah.
didn't think she was great looking in the face,
But
but
I never
Butterface.
I was listening to that. I listened to that, and I never thought you meant she was a butterface. And what is a butterface? Like I'm an old school country dude. So I'm gonna tell you, everything's hot but her face. I never thought.
And you know what? Even if he was saying that, and even if he was saying that, what was the problem with that?
but
You
that-
know, like, well, I mean, shit. Let's not, man.
That's the explanation of butterface. If so, like she's a butterface, like everything's hot but her face. But I never took it. That's what you were saying about her because she's not an unattractive woman. Just her chest was her chest was the star of the show that night. You know that, Noof. I saw it too.
Well, of
Yeah.
course.
She had her boobs hanging out. Like Jesus Christ! Even my wife was sitting there. I was like, oh my God, her titties are
I
hanging
gotta say,
out.
every woman that I've ever dated fucking knows tits just as fast as I do. They're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you see the knockers on her? Wow!" And you're just like, "See,
Yeah,
they look like you, man."
Yeah, oh yeah, of course they do.
But of course, I guess, just because I didn't say, whatever. But look, maybe I shouldn't have said what I said. But I said to the guy, look, I apologize. It was taken the wrong way.
Yep.
I mean, no disrespect to the lady that played it. She did a phenomenal job. Kudos to her for winning the award.
Axel said it.
you know,
Axel said he's
And Nuke doesn't ever mean disrespect like that. Of course,
Axel saying he's rewatching that part right now.
It's sometimes we just do stuff for like the jokes, the shits, and the giggles, but we don't really mean it directly.
Exactly,
right?
exactly. It's the same. I would have said the same shit, man. I mean, come on.
It's 2022. I can't say this about guys that were born, say, 20 years ago, but I know those old school guys, if we're in a room, and this is basically what we are, we will have jokes, we'll say things about, because we love women, but we'll make jokes. And if you had a fucking all-woman podcast, they would make jokes about dicks and other things, too. Trust me. Come on.
That's right. Heck, I'm pretty sure there's women out there that see me on the podcast and go, Jesus Christ, New's face look, he was sipped with a cookie jar. You know what I mean? So
we got those guys are butterfaces on the podcast. I'm like, that's fine.
I don't give a fuck. I don't care if you think I'm ugly or you think I'm the cutest fucking guy ever.
Exactly.
Who gives a shit?
Exactly.
I'm a married man anyway. It makes no difference to me at the end of the day. I still got to sleep with the same piece of meat. So
exactly.
I guess as long as she don't throw up when she looks at me, we're okay, right?
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, dude. Oh yeah, you're in trouble.
Yeah, you turn over. I can't even stand to look at you anymore. Yeah. Oh shit. Anyway, it's all good fun. Let's move along and get back to some topics here, guys. Obviously, this one's kind of a big acquisition. Take-Two getting serious about the mobile market as they look to acquire Zynga, who has been a huge player in the mobile market gaming scene for a few years now, and looking to be about a $12.8 billion deal, which is even bigger than the Bethesda acquisition that Microsoft had. So what do you think is up here, guys? It shouldn't take us too long to go over this one, but obviously Take-Two taking a serious look at the mobile market, and how do you think that could play out for them overall? Anyone want to take a stab at this one?
Who is that? 2K? I think I saw that today, right?
Yeah, and that's
Take-Two, yeah.
Take-Two.
Yeah,
Take-Two.
that one thing's and they bought just that's mainly a mobile.
Yes,
a mobile thing, which
they want to bring. They want to bring obviously Grand Theft Auto in the future to mostly mobile phones. They want to try to make it work over there because it's a huge franchise for them. And of course, mobile is the largest adopted platform on the planet. I mean, everybody in their damn dock has a phone, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, exactly. I can't blame them one bit. I mean, those guys have tons of money. Why not? Put your money. Scared money doesn't make no money, so they just put their money out there, make some more money, man. I mean, let's buy into this mobile market. I mean, that's sold for more than what was it, 12-point-something billion, right? So it was more than the fucking Zenimax shit, right?
Yeah, 7.8 billion or something for Bethesda.
I mean, that just shows how serious. I guess if anything, that shows how serious the mobile game market is, right there.
Yeah,
and and I would say Microsoft's going to follow soon. I mean, I don't know if this goes off topic or anything, but they're going to follow soon with something big because damn, they want something mobile-ish too. They're kind of trying to go with the mobile shit too. So, the price this has been driven up.
The mobile market, you got to remember, Doggy, is bigger than any console or PC. So of course, it makes sense for them, right?
Right, and exactly. They want I can't remember the number they were trying to 200 and whatever, the number of gamers they want mobile market, they know that's where it's at too. So, and man, they just drove the price up here with this. I guess maybe they were worth it, maybe even more. I don't know, but that's lots, man. Wow. So
do you think it's perhaps as well, it kind of goes both ways, that they start bringing over some hot mobile properties to the console space potentially? That good point. Because there's still a lot of mobile games that are extremely hot in the mobile space that haven't seen the light of day on, say, the console platforms. And Take-Two is a big distributor.
Not. Good point. Yeah. Good point. Go ahead, Jago. I'm just rattling on. Go ahead.
I don't know enough about this subject because I don't mobile game at all. As long as it don't affect, like, if it makes sense for their business, you know what I'm saying? Because mobile is the biggest form of gaming now. I mean, just look at overseas in Japan and China and whatever. That's that's their biggest way they game. As long as it doesn't affect the way I game, Because gaming is a selfish thing. Let's be
Oh,
honest.
right.
Good
Good point here.
Long as it doesn't affect the way I game or what Microsoft does with their games or PlayStation does with their games, I don't give a shit. I mean,
Oh, that's a great point. Well said.
No.
But at the end of the day, as long as they don't try to become a monopoly, you know what I'm saying? And I don't think that'll ever happen.
No.
But, yeah, but
Again,
I like what Noof was saying. Maybe this will work both ways, and actually, this is really actually cool.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it was awesome.
I don't mobile game enough to know, like Call of Duty. I've played Call of Duty, and then what was it? The last one I bought, Noof, that we both installed because of Warzone.
Modern Warfare.
Modern Warfare, yeah. I played that mobile just because, you know, of convenience of here or there. But I don't play enough mobile games to actually know what mobile games I would want on a console. You know, that's only there. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. Yep.
Most time I look at mobile games as trash. I'm gonna be honest. They're trash, in my opinion.
The last mobile game I got into was Candy Crush, the first Candy Crush.
Oh,
I can't even remember what level I'm on, you know.
That's
but yeah.
you know that's funny because first of all, Zynga and Tencent rose to their super. That's the crazy thing. Zynga and Tencent are billion-dollar companies, right? They're buying up people left, right, and center.
Right.
Obviously, Take-Two is big enough to buy Zynga, which says a lot right there at $12.8 billion, which would be a massive, massive deal. But that tells you a lot about their presence in the mobile space. They must be absolutely hauling in dough like crazy, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's insane. But that's the funny thing, because the same market that is blowing up the mobile scene is pretty much the same market that's keeping this Nintendo Switch alive. It's people that don't like. If you asked a hardcore gamer like most of us, some people probably wouldn't even know who the fuck Tencent or Zynga is. They'd be like, "What? Who?"
I didn't know. I didn't know who
right?
this was until like 2 years ago. No. Because
we don't follow like me personally. I don't follow. I never go on my phone and look up mobile games to buy.
No,
right?
No,
never.
Exactly. Yep.
I never look at them because you know what? I know that most of them are like fucking either puzzle games or little weird like platform. Like half of the shit that's on mobile is all like this free to play garbage that of course tries a hookie for microtransactions after microtransactions.
Exactly.
Or fucking you play for 5 minutes and there's an ad. Play for 5 minutes, fucking ad. Right? That's what they do. Like, I have played mobile games in the past. Some are not bad. Like, don't get me wrong, there's some really great stuff. But for me, I gotta have a controller and I want to play on a big screen, not a fucking 3.5-inch screen where it's just weird ass games, touch screen and all that shit.
Yeah, like driving games, you tilt the fucking.
I can tell you the last mobile game I really got into, it was a mobile game. You remember the rebooted RoboCop that came out, 2014 or whatever it was? There was a mobile game. There was a mobile game based on that, and I put some time into that. But you know what irked me about that? With a lot of these free to play mobile games do. Like, I'm sorry, RoboCop, you're out of energy right now. Wait 24 hours, you could come back and kick some more.
Yeah, this is a bullshit. Or you can pay 99 cents, fucking pay for a day. Or $5 for fucking.
There's only one mobile game that us guys got down to a science. Guess what? You can take it anywhere. Requires no batteries.
Oh, I know what that is.
It's called Touch My Wiener, and it's absolutely free.
It comes with the opposable thumb.
Touch My Wiener is free to play. There's no microtransactions.
And the longer you don't touch that game, the bigger payoff you get in the end.
That's right.
I never.
The closest thing you get to a microtransaction might be toilet paper. Because if you whack it, you got to clean the fucking shit up.
Look, I'm not
that, or it sticks to your boxers.
I'm not knocking mobile games, but I've been a gamer since the beginning, and mobile games was not there. It's just not my thing. I've had mobile consoles. I've had a lot of them. The Game Gear, the Nomad, Sega. I've had the original Game Boy. I had the Atari Lynx. I mean. But I had the PSP, but none of that lasted long because I'm like, this is not a console. This is I'm getting
it.
You know what I'm
saying? The
saying?
Game Boy, man, I was never
it felt like
enough.
Yeah, it felt like a hollow experience of what my console gave me, or what my traditional gaming gave me. You know what I'm saying? And I just I didn't get into it.
You got a good memory. Where is he?
Cheeto. Hi, Cheeto.
Hey, Cheeto.
What up, Cheeto?
I love that cat. Oh, look at it. Oh,
hey,
that's
Cheeto.
So sweet.
Hey, Cheeto, you're on camera, buddy.
Yep. He's like, I don't give a shit, dude. Put me down.
Cheeto. I love that name, too. That
Yeah,
just
he's a
like
great cat, man. He's so nice. He's so
that's
fluffy.
so cool. The cats are awesome.
No, like I said, I'm not knocking mobile gamers, but it's
No,
just,
no.
it's not my thing. But I know that's where the industry's going. Like
My-
it's already there. It's
my
moving.
days of Candy Crush, I can't even remember what I don't even know if I have it still loaded. Man, I was like really high up in there, and then I was like, I couldn't get past the level. And I was like, fuck, no, I'm gonna pay this fucking $1, and I did it once, and I felt like a dirty hoe, so like, so I was like, I'm not doing it again,
you know what?
Like Spider-Man just said, he said like kids like mobile. Because that's the thing they start on. They just
Yeah, my daughter loves Roblox.
That's the one thing with kids and mobile. Like kids always have their phone on. They take it to school. They're talking about the games they're playing at school, and they like those simple games that they get into, and they build the world. Since Lego, Roblox, Minecraft, those are usually popular. Fortnite a little bit more too. I don't know how many kids are playing Fortnite on mobile. I would find it very tough, but that's why, because it's that social aspect of a phone. Whereas that's like a console is not really social. You can talk about the games you played, but it's not like you're dragging one around in a bag with a little monitor. You know what I mean? It's different. So that's why mobile has that, because you could take your favorite games on the go. And this is where xCloud, as it gets popular, may change that landscape a little bit as well, because kids might be inclined, if they have great connection, to play some of their games on their phone in different places, which I think would have massive potential.
Spider-Man, you ain't wrong, but that's because the era they grew up in. When we grew up, there was no such thing as a mobile phone. If I was a kid, and I know me, I know I love electronics. I always have. If there was a cell phone type thing or a tablet back then, I'd have been all over it like white on rice. I'd have been about it too. But it wasn't available for us back then. You would have too, News. You would have too, Doggy. We love electronics. If you don't have if you don't have a love of electronics, you didn't grow up loving electronics in some way, you wouldn't have ever got into gaming. You agree?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
yep. You're right. That was a great point.
We do love the new tech, man. It's always fun to come home and open a new console.
Oh yeah,
I've always
there's something about that.
Like Doggy made that point a while ago too. It's like that's still why I love physical. That new you opening
video
that
game smell. Nothing like cracking open that new video game and getting that new video game smell, man.
Dude, the best feeling I had in the last year and a half, best feeling I've had was opening that brand new Xbox Series Xbox.
Oh my god,
Ryan,
that majesty of opening it up and seeing that phenomenal packaging and knowing I had a real big piece of power between my legs. You know what I mean? It was great.
They presented that power well too, didn't they?
People want to talk shit about that, and I've never seen the biggest hoorah about the packaging, because Xbox had never done it that well either. But with but with the Series X, dude, it was like Microsoft.
It was beautiful.
It was like Microsoft actually respecting and giving a shit.
It's one of the first times you bought a console where you felt like it's one of. I've heard a lot of people say this. It's one of the first times you bought a console where you really didn't feel like you'd want to throw out the packaging.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
It was cool. I even tried to fold the fucking little foam thing that was around the fucking Series X. I tried to fold it back up right, kind of tape it back up in this cube and put it back in the box like it was. It was.
I've opened many consoles.
That was awesome. The best one.
And this was the Series X was like the most moment I've ever had with a console. And that sounds crazy, but it is. It's like, oh my god, Microsoft! Like,
is this Series S like that too?
Thank you for buying our product. Here it is, and we're presenting it to you in a way that it shows that we respect and appreciate your purchase. Does that make sense?
Is the Series S packaged like that too? Like really,
it is
badass presentable. I haven't seen that one.
It is.
Yeah, it's a little less nice than
Yeah, but it's still nice.
But I mean, the PlayStation one is PlayStation. You pull off the outer cardboard layer, then you got a boring white box inside, and after that, it's just a fucking egg carton.
Yep.
Yeah, and half of them were ripped and shit around the handles.
You got this amazing console surrounded by a fucking flimsy piece of cardboard and an eggshell. It's like, what the fuck?
You know what's fucked up about that too, Noof? Sony is a hardware company. What the fuck, dude?
Yeah, they know. They know.
Jago, you got Oculus, right? Oculus Quest 2?
Yeah, I got the original Oculus.
Well, you see the Oculus Quest 2 also comes in amazing packaging.
Well, the first Oculus I thought was packaged pretty fucking good. But
The Oculus Quest 2, if anybody's got one in the chat, you can verify. It comes in a really nice box. It's like a collector's box. It's got the outer shell, but inside it's like the Series Xbox. It's a self-contained unit. It almost acts like a carrying case. It's crazy. I love it.
I've never seen a video game company with a console present me with like I was buying like it was branded with Dolce.
Oh, it was cool, dude. It was a treasure chest. It was a treasure chest.
Yeah.
It was like opening a treasure chest. It should have made the Zelda sound do 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 when you opened it. You know?
No. It should have made the Halo
well, it wouldn't have made that, but yeah, Halo sound. But, it should have made some kind of sound where you open that treasure chest and it was mixed. It was presented real well.
Yeah, man, it's dude.
I mean, I know that's a small thing in the grand scheme of things, but we've just gotten so used to kind of getting flimsy, very flashy packaging, kind of like packaging. Again, you open it, you disregard it. Some people might like. I've been famous for always keeping my boxes, but I know most people never do. Even if you trade in your shit to the store, they don't give a shit that you bring it back in the box because they toss it anyway.
Yeah.
But to me, when I bring it in and trade it and it's in the box, the one comment I always get from the store guys are like, wow, you must respect and really take care of your shit because you've got the box, you got the tie, like the little tie straps, you got all the manuals. Dude, it looks like it's fucking new.
No, I keep all those too. The twisty
and that
ties,
does
I keep all that. I keep all that.
And that does prove that you care for your shit because you do give a shit. You keep every fucking thing in case you fucking need it.
My Xbox One X in 2013, I still got the original box, all the packaging, all the twist ties still inside the box. I still got it.
Yeah,
see, like for you,
I like that too.
That's the other thing. If you go to sell it, say for example, you go to resell your console on eBay or somewhere like that, you can get more money because you have the original packaging.
Yeah.
Because what if you don't believe me? Go back now and see how much you can fetch an N64 for if you actually have the original box and everything.
Yes.
It actually doubles or triples the price in some cases if it's in mint condition.
Go and look on YouTube with people like I've seen them here over the past like 2-3 weeks. People are going back and buying original OG Xbox in original packaging, never opened. They go for crazy amounts of money. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah. Sega Genesis in their original cases and boxes and stuff. You're like, Jesus, like. That's some vintage shit.
You ask any collector of anything.
Yeah.
I know we're getting way off topic, but you ask any collector of anything, the original packaging is like you'll get like double or triple the amount just because for that product just because you have the original packaging.
I used to keep all my
somebody got a huge score the other day. It was a couple weeks back. I was reading an article. It was the Super Mario 64 original packaging still shrink wrapped. They got like a crazy amount for that game.
Dude, I couldn't believe you got a 360 that somebody threw away last night. Jesus Christ.
I actually did. So I'll tell you how that story came out real quick. So I'm bringing over my TV that my cats destroyed, my beautiful little LG 4K. They broke it. So I decided I'm going to go bring this to the recycling depot. And as I'm there, me and my buddy get out. And of course, I'm dropping off the TV and I go to put like my TV remote inside one of the little bins. And as I'm walking in, there's a fucking 360 sitting right there on the floor. And I look at it, my buddy looks at it, I'm like, hey, there's a 360. I'm like, wow. And then I pick it up just out of curiosity. He's like, Jesus, this thing is in pristine condition. Like there was hardly a scratch or dirt on it or nothing. Most times it's in the recycling. It kind of looks like it probably doesn't work, right? This fucking thing looks like whoever had it took care of shit much like I do because like other than the controllers being a little bit off, like everything was pristine. Yeah, fucking connections were there. There was 2 controllers, 2 rechargeable batteries to connect, and it was one of the good 360s, the ones that didn't fucking break.
Black ones, the black
ones. The mid-gen one before they went down and shrunk it down to the smaller version.
So I
brought it home thinking, I said, if it don't fucking work, what's the worst? I got a piece of plastic that I got to throw out. I said, if it fucking works, bonus. I got a bunch of 360 games, and I could use it upstairs. Sure as shit. Brought it home, fired it up. Everything went like clockwork, man.
I couldn't believe that, dude.
That's awesome, man. I'd love to have a backup one of those because they're hard to get, man.
You know what pissed me? I love that. I love that you got it new, but I'm like, it pissed me off. Like, why would you throw away a working 360? Like,
right. I don't understand, but that's what people do. They just want shit out of their fucking way.
Some people inherit consoles or the kids pass it down, and then they don't know the value of some of the gaming because they're just not. Again, they don't follow it. So it's just taking up space. It's been sitting in your closet or your bedroom for fucking 4 years.
Put it somewhere.
yeah,
But
you
they
think
don't,
they
they
would
don't want
ask.
to mess with that. People don't even want to mess with that shit. They don't
know,
want to. Yeah, they just want it out of their way, like Noof was
Sell it,
saying, you know, it is
sell it to a friend. Because if Noof hadn't got it, it would have got ground up and turned into a shitty ass $100 Android phone.
Well, yeah, it would have got fucking destroyed unless somebody else came along and took it. But again,
exactly.
right? So I was
Yeah.
lucky and said, there you go. I got a working 360. There's nothing wrong with it.
Noof,
Bonus.
you saved a console.
I saved the console from the landfill,
You did. You
and
saved a console. You did.
And I gained another classic because I got rid of mine years ago like that. And like see, I was lucky enough the first game I re-download it was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, I saw that.
Turtles
I
in
didn't
Time.
know they made a reshell of that.
You didn't know?
No, fuck.
Yeah,
no.
Ubisoft
is it still
made it,
available, or is it?
I think
is it,
no. That's the thing. That's the
Yeah.
thing. Ubisoft made the game. They licensed it, and they lost the license several years after doing it. So the game is delisted. It's not even in the marketplace.
can't
But
buy
that's
it
the thing.
now.
If you had it bought and paid for,
Yeah,
you
you're
could
cool.
go back and play it. I even have the Simpsons arcade game on my
I have
Xbox
that.
trial.
I have that too. Yeah.
But I didn't buy the full version. Now I can't go and buy the full version because the game's been delisted.
It's not available. Yeah.
So that's another problem with some of these digital things. Because when the fucking licenses go and they delist them from the store, guess what? You're fucked. At least if you got a physical copy, guess what?
Yeah.
You technically, not in all cases, but in most cases, you can go just reinstall it and play it again.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm mad. Okay, wait. I bought. I was back on the Xbox Arcade back in the day. They had a bunch of arcade games, right? You know, old classic ones. They had X-Men Arcade. They had a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Arcade, which I didn't buy. I was fucking stupid. I went back to buy it. It was delisted already. But I had the Simpsons Arcade, right? You're telling me like you had to buy a better version or it's already gone or some shit? Like it's gone? Like I bought it for $4.99 off the Xbox Arcade, like on the 360.
Yeah, I downloaded the trial, right? The free because they
the trial.
all the arcade games back then had a free trial, right?
Okay,
I was still able to access the stuff I downloaded, but the thing is, like, I even went to go like buy the copy of the game.
It won't
and
let
when it
you
came up and said this game has been delisted, you cannot buy it. So if I had bought it back then, I would have been able to download the full game.
So my Simpsons Arcade's cool if I paid the $5.
Arcade.
Okay. Yeah, right. Yeah, I have that one. I wish I'd have bought that. I went to buy the Turtles. I was sitting here with 3 other guys one day. I was like, "Hey, man, they got the original Turtles arcade game, man. You guys," and I have 4 360 controllers. I was like, "You guys will play that shit with me. I'll get it, right?" And they're like, "Fuck yeah!" I was like, "Dude, this is fucking dream, right?" You know. And I go to get the motherfucker, and it was gone. I was like, "No!"
Why,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
why do you think I bought the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle arcade up?
Oh, I want that so bad.
Yeah.
I want that thing so bad.
I mean, that thing is 800 and something bucks Canadian. You know that?
Oh, the new one, that Turtles in Time one. He has like the older,
I got the original one. I got it for $40, Noof.
Jeez.
Right,
yeah,
they were going around on sale.
Your wife picked something was wrong with the controller, wasn't it? And you fixed it?
I had to fix two controller, replace them, and that was it.
Oh shit, that's worth it anyway because the controllers are junk in the first place.
Exactly.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'll tell you. Man,
anyway, that's the story for that. So that was my score of the week.
That was awesome, dude.
Have you guys ever scored anything really cool since we're on the topic? Like, well, obviously, Jago, you said won the Turtles arcade one up for $40. That was a massive score.
I got the Final Fight arcade one up for $50.
Jesus.
Yeah, I've scored. Yeah, I've scored multiple arcade one-ups.
My wife called me and she's like, "Do you still like these arcade one-ups?" I'm like, "Are you breathing?" She's like, "Okay, I got your answer. Okay, you do. Okay." She's like, "I got a Final Fight arcade one-up machine for $50. You want it?" I'm like, "You bet your fucking ass I do. I'll be there shortly." And I got there and picked it up. $50.
That's one thing I admire about a lot of you guys in the community. Like I love my wife. She's amazing. Don't get me wrong. And she supports my gaming hobby, but she's not into gaming. So like it would take something like that to fall on her fucking head before she would go out and buy something for me. Like I got to ask her for it, but your guys' wives would be like coming home with like fucking controllers and consoles and games. And you're like,
my wife isn't into gaming either, but she knew how much I love these arcade one-ups, and she works at Walmart. So she saw it go on sale, and she's like, "My man, I love this." She's like, and so she called me. As soon as her boss or the store manager put them on sale for $50 just to get rid of them, she's like, "Do you want a Final Fight machine for $50?" I was like, "Fuck yeah, let's go. I'll be there shortly."
Man, I was out there looking for a present actually for the old lady, and I always liked those arcade one-ups, and I always like to go back past her and see if they dropped the price because I always thought $300 was too much for them. And I happened by, and our Walmart had just a whole line of them, and I was just kind of looking at it. I walked past and it said $50 on all the tags. And I kind of walked past him at first. And I stopped. And the dude that was a businessman, I was like, wait. I was like, and it said $50 on all of them.
Wow.
And then the guy from Walmart, he stops me. He's like, yeah, buy them all, he said. And I was like, and I didn't know at the time that actually what I should have did was bought every fucking one of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I should have bought even the ones like doubles of them. But, you know, I bought the ones that I could get for $50. And that's what started me buying all those. And that's what I won't ever pay full price for those things because
they're too much now.
They're too much for, especially when you got ones for fucking $50. Now they're worth, now if they come with the lit up marquee and the riser and shit. Yeah. Okay. $250 or whatever, you know. But Wiseau gave me your funny is you're right. Yeah,
trust me, Doggy. I'd have the collection you have if I had the room, but I don't. Doggy's got like way more than I have 3.
And I've got those just by running on to deals like that. I said, I'd like that one of the Pac-Man. The other Pac-Man I got for $104.
It was better when they first came out, but now I guess because of COVID and the material,
it's harder to find a deal. It's harder to find. You're not going to ever find it for $50.
Well, because of material shortages and all that, and all the advancements they've made with the cabinets, are charging like $500-$600 for the cabinets now. I'm like, no,
but you still, if you check your local Walmarts, they'll still be that high. But they'll be 50, not 50.
I feel for guys like Timothy Dixon in the chat because he made a comment. So my wife hates gaming and happily give away all my gear and not even think twice about it. And I feel so bad for guys. I know lots of guys that I know friends of mine that they would love the game again, but they're fucking scared. Like you can see it in their eyes. They don't even want to mention the word console because they know what kind of a grief they're going to get at home. They're going to get that. You fucking play games all day. Your console means more to me than I do. They get that shit. I dated a girl like that. And you know what? I fucking dumped her pretty quick. When she was giving me grief after when Gears of War came out, I was dating this girl and she griefed me so much for that. And I wanted that game so bad. And she was like, I don't know, maybe it was like a half a year later. I was like, you know what? Fucking enough of this. You can hit the road.
That's so hard to be on the other side like that.
Trust me, Noof, my wife, when right after I got with her, she gave me that exact same spiel. I was playing Heavy Rain on the PS3. She walked into work. I was sitting on my coffee table because how my living room was set at the time. I had a big screen TV at the time. This has been like fucking 15 years ago. But I was playing Heavy Rain, and she immediately walked in the door and was like, blah, 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 like gave me all kinds of shit, like with an evil face. I'm like, oh my God, what happened? I'm like, are you drunk or did you about to murder me? What's going on? And then she sat down and was like, what movie you watching? I'm like, I'm playing a game. She's like, a game? I'm like, yeah. So she's like, what game is this? She's like, I'm like, Heavy Rain. She's like, oh my God, I thought you were watching a movie. From that point on, she was like, okay, this gaming thing isn't too bad. And she didn't play games at all. She's a big mobile gamer now. But ever that day with Heavy Rain got her to watch. She watched me play so many PlayStation games because she loves PlayStation games, of course. She loves the story, blah, 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 because they like movies. But that changed her perspective. But the initial reaction she gave me, I thought she was going to come in guns blazing and like cat me in the head. It was bad, dude. I'm like, oh my God. I thought I was going to leave her. Then I was like, God almighty. I'm gaming, baby. I'm not out cheating on you. I'm at home. Chill. What the hell?
Yeah, that sucks. That sucks when guys get grief for gaming and really, man, they could be out doing way worse things. I mean, I don't.
You could be out in the club and cheating on your girl, but you're at home. I'm like, I'm home.
Yeah,
baby.
you're just. Yeah, I mean. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you're spending 24/7 doing it and not paying attention to her, okay, right? Yeah. But you know, I mean, just get some grief.
You're sitting at home playing games and not paying the bills and letting the kids and everything. And
right?
I totally get that. There has again, it's balance and compromise. We get it, but it's nice to have that support, like when you are playing the game and enjoying it. You know, like even for us doing podcasting, right, to have that support and backup. My wife definitely does support my hobby here, you know, as many of ours do, because they know that we enjoy talking about our hobby. You can't do this with just anybody off the street.
No, you can't.
I got how many people at my workplace, and not one of them is into games like me. Not one.
Me either, Noof. Me either.
I can't talk to nobody about a hobby. I feel like a fucking alien.
My guy at work, my guy that was placed with me, he has
I get made fun of to this day because I got a Gears of War tattoo on my left leg, this huge Gears of War tattoo, and my boss is like, Gears and beers, what a dork. I'm 44 years old and get made fun of to this day. Are you kidding me? because he don't game. He thinks he's stupid.
I guess there's a lot of people out there that I guess don't game. I just don't think about it. I just kind of think everybody does.
I think
As
in
I do, you know,
15 or 20 years, I think in 15 or 20 years, it'll be more accepted because the fact that our generation of girls are growing up with gaming, they understand it. And it's come a long ways where the older generation, like probably like if you're around me and Jago's age, most of those girls, they didn't grow up with gaming the way we know it.
No,
My
If
daughter
they
loves gaming.
did, it was duck hunting, like something simple. But
Something
they never evolved when the gaming evolved. So they didn't see that change. They weren't invested in it like us. So they just think it's just this kid's toy. And for the most part, perhaps when it was my mom used to, and she even to this day, she always gives me grief about the gaming because she thinks it's just this kid's toy. And I'm like, do you see these games? These games are better than the fucking movies you watch. And that's like that's the thing that bothers me. It's okay to sit down and watch fucking 10 hours of goddamn TV a day. No one gives you grief. But if you fucking play a game for 2 hours, your fucking life is over. Oh, you can spend 6 hours on your fucking Facebook fucking dicking around.
Exactly.
Nosing in other people's business.
Yeah, someone sit down watching Desperate Housewives for fucking 6 hours a day.
Yes.
But God fucking forbid we play a game for 2 or 3. You ever have that when the fucking console, when the console starts up and they hear that fucking and all of a sudden they're like, yeah, you got chores to do. You're like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, it's like as soon as you turn your console, like you've done all the chores, but you turn your console on. Your wife,
they hear it.
She's got super hearing. It's like, you turn your console. You got some more shit to do outside. I'm like, well, seriously, come on, man.
Exactly. The moment the console starts up, it's just like, yep, that's when she's gonna ask me to do shit.
Yep.
Yeah. And then she get mad if you don't jump away.
But you know what's so funny? I turn my Xbox on. My wife be like, "You need to go do this." I love her to death. But she will always be like, in the Xbox, you got to go do shit. But PlayStation, you want to play a story-driven game? Let's go. Uncharted and God of War. I'm like, come on, honey. Xbox has got those too. She's like, no, there's all shooter games on there. I'm like, oh my God, you don't understand that.
Exactly. Exactly. But anyway, we're kind of off topic, but we're going to end on I think what was it? Obviously this, I think was in the next couple of weeks, Rainbow Six Extraction is coming to Game Pass, guys. How do you feel about that? Do you think it's a big boost for both Ubisoft and Game Pass? And do you think this game could have stood on its own 2 feet without Game Pass? Because personally, I'm just going to say, I think this game would have been DOA. I think it would have been just like Back for Blood, fucking just come out and be played for like a week and then everybody forgot about it. It might still be like that on Game Pass, but hey, it's a lot easier to play a game and get invested when you're not paying like $60 or $80 for it as opposed to in Game Pass. So how do you guys feel? Anybody even excited for it? Personally, I'm very mum on it. Like I honestly, I might give it a shot, but I'm not hyped about it at all.
The game wasn't even on my radar until it showed up, and it's going to show up in Game Pass. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll try it because it's going to be on Game Pass. Otherwise,
I'm seeing people on Twitter going, all these people excited for it's whatever the hell it's called. I can't even remember now.
Or 6.
Rainbow Six Extraction or whatever.
Extraction. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, exactly. Like, that right there shows how excited we are, Noof. There you go.
I've seen people on Twitter going, people are excited that Rainbow Six Extraction show them up on Game Pass. You're just frauds because you're never ever interested in. And I respond like I was never interested to start with, just because. And I'm excited because it's in Game Pass. I'll actually try it now. Would I buy it? No, I never bought it.
I mean, I'll go in there. I'll go in there and try it just for a second. I'll get my ass kicked like all those other kind of games. What is it? A strategical shooter, right?
It's
they'll kick my ass out of the party as fucking quick as they got me in there, man.
It's PvE. From what I understand, it's PvE like horde mode, basically.
It's a horde mode. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Player versus enemy. I mean, if I want to play a good horde mode,
I'll play the escape mode in Gears 5.
Yeah,
it's pretty much the escape mode in Gears 5 of Rainbow Six, and you're fighting a bunch of infected, whatever the fuck they are. They got infected with some kind of disease. So basically, like, quote unquote, sort of zombie-like.
Perfect for Game Pass, then. Perfect for Game Pass, then.
Well, then, Doggy, you'll run into where, like, that's just a Game Pass formula, Game Pass fodder.
Well, that's fun. I mean, I'm sure it's kind of tying with the whole Ubisoft Plus thing, which, we could probably spend a whole another hour on that if you want. But I'm sure, that's cool. What a decent game and let people get kind of
I'm gonna
see
say
if they
this.
got a crowd, and then take it off Game Pass and bring it over there if
I'm
they do. Or
I'm
they'll see if
I'm gonna
they'll
say
wait a
this,
week,
Doggy.
so.
The smartest move they could have made was put it in Game Pass because
For sure.
I saw nobody talking about this game, and I think that's why they did it.
Yeah, exactly. Great. That's a great point. Exactly.
Microsoft is
game.
Microsoft would win for them because they get a sort of a high profile title from Ubisoft.
Yep.
It's brand new,
Right.
day and date, like
People
Back
are
for Blood,
talking about
same thing, right?
Yep.
People will talk about it. It gets more buzz, and that's good for Ubisoft because if they do get more people playing it courtesy of Game Pass, that's good for them. And then if it goes to Ubisoft, basically it drives more people back into their ecosystem, and it also gives a feather in the cap because Microsoft can gloat that they got this, quote unquote semi big game. To fill a hole, in the lineup that people want to play. And again, it's at no extra cost. You're not paying $60. Your subscription fee is it. And if you love it, great. And if you don't like it, guess what? You move on to something else.
I could play it new since it's in Game Pass because I really wasn't. It was never on my radar. I saw the trailers at E3 and I'm like,
I never even heard of it. Never even heard of it. Until...
But I could play it in Game Pass and I could actually maybe enjoy it and I might actually purchase it. But this is another thing. With how we've seen Ubisoft is moving forward with like turning Far Cry and all their franchises into games as a service, this may help. This may if it's successful, this may persuade them to, and I doubt it will, but this may persuade them to rethink them making their games as like all their games is what we've seen as games as a service, keep your traditional, maybe we need to keep our traditional Far Cries or whatever. But I don't know. Like I say, I'm just glad it's coming to Game Pass because I was never excited for it. But now, since I have Game Pass Ultimate, I will try it, and I'll try it. If I don't like it, I'll you don't even have to, and you probably only have to download it. You probably play it from the cloud and not even waste your hard drive space. But if I don't like it, I can just play it for 5-10 minutes and be done with it if I don't like it.
And if it's a nice beginning of a partnership with Ubisoft and Microsoft, if some people saying, hey, this might merge, Ubisoft into Game Pass later. Hey, more cool. As long as you give us the option to not go that route, you give us tiers or whatever, then hey, that's cool too.
I'm not a big fan of how they're moving. Ubisoft games are certain ones are some of my favorite games to play.
Okay,
but I'm not a big fan of the way they're moving. But
but as long as
I'm just reading an article here, guys. Sorry, I'm just reading an article I just saw here, and I hope this is full of shit because this makes no sense. Bloomberg reports Sony is dealing with PlayStation 5 shortage by making more PS4s.
Oh God, really?
Hey, as long as you guys make them $100, I could use that, and I could pick one of those up and play Forbidden West. Hey, we can make.
It's okay, Noof. I still got my PS4. I don't need one. They ain't get my money.
Man, that's
wow. Yeah, I don't know if that's. I know that makes no sense. Why wouldn't you just go full out on PS5s?
Yeah, what's up with that? Why would you waste your fucking resources?
Well, honestly, dude, with the chips they're trying to produce for the PS5s, I don't know. I'm not a tech guy, but
Series X's are starting to become more readily available. Fucking
with the tech that's in a PS5. If you chopped it up, you probably would one PS5. You could, and I'm just speculating. You could probably make 5 or 8 PS4s out of that with the chips.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
Good, man.
Or maybe 10. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's what they're thinking. Which I don't agree with that, but whatever.
That ain't good, man.
Why wouldn't you try to put your?
You're trying to drive next generation gaming, man.
Well, exactly.
You're making old. Fire up the old tech, guys.
Why would
fire up the old tech guys?
Why wouldn't you try? And I know the world's in a crazy place right now, but why wouldn't you try to push the PS5 and get it to? Because I want a PS5 too, but you can't find one. So
I was gonna say, isn't that just?
You're never gonna find one if they're making PlayStation 4s.
Yeah, that means you got to tie up an assembly line. You still got to tie up resources to make the older console. Right. I get it. Perhaps there's more of it ready available. They're cheaper or what have you. But the fucking demand. I'm telling you, the only way they're going to get rid of this bullshit too. And I'm going to tell you, Walmart Canada, if you're a listener, Walmart, wherever the fuck you are, stop doing this online only bullshit. I'm not kidding. I went online to Walmart the other day, Jago, here in Canada. I don't know what it's like in the States, but you know what?
It's ridiculous.
Do you know how much? They had a PS5 online. Guess how much you want it in Canada? $950. That's scalper price, and this is on Walmart. So why are you charging
that's cheap.
scalper
Cheap, man.
price?
Noof,
But
Noof,
why
that-
are you
Noof,
charging scalper
Noof,
prices
Noof,
on a major
That's bullshit,
site?
man.
Noof, if you go on Walmart in the United States here, you can buy a PS5 or a Series X or a Series S, not so much Series S now, but a Series X or PS5 now from third-party sellers, and just a console. No other else comes with it.
Yeah.
That was probably a third party.
For $800 to $1,000 for a PS5 and a Series X
Ridiculous.
now. So how much you think that'll be in Canada? That's ridiculous. And I've said
here's
this.
my
I agree
thing.
with you. I agree with you
They
wholeheartedly.
need to figure out some kind of way to get rid of the fucking scalper.
Yeah, and
problem.
here's my weird thing,
that's the
right?
thing.
I talked to the guy at Walmart. He goes, "We only sell the consoles online." I said, "Well, great. So basically, you're playing into the scalper's hands because they're the ones going to snap up most of them." Second of all, so why is it only the PlayStation 5 and the Series X that don't want to seem to show up? Because I've seen Series S's in Walmart in the shelf. I've seen them with my own eyes. And guess what? They have lots of available fucking
Walmart
Nintendo
right now.
Switches. No wonder Nintendo Switches sell good because you can't buy nothing else anyway.
No, my wife works at Walmart.
There's been Series.
She sends me pictures of fucking Switches and Series S's all the time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But she's in these.
There's Series S at my Walmart.
She's in these meetings, these manager meetings,
Yeah.
and I can tell you from what she's told me, there is no in the foreseeable future for PS5s and Series X's to come to Walmart because of their decisions. Why?
Xbox is at least getting they were even getting the Halo limited edition X's. Series X's to people there and there. Like they're doing a little bit better job. I don't know what PS is doing.
If Walmart's willing to sell
they're out of their mind.
If Walmart's willing to sell the Series S and ship it to stores, which my wife's Walmart has gotten multiple times in 2021, and I said, no, I don't want that shit. Why are they willing to seriously?
Yeah, what's up with the other ones? Why won't they bring? And of course, I get the excuse too. Well, it's COVID. It's going to drive too many people into the store.
COVID don't have to.
Bullshit! Dude, you can fucking order and pick it up outside. They bring it outside like they're fucking groceries. Come on, man, that's a bunch of horse shit.
I guess the Series S is COVID immune.
Yeah, that's what it is. Because they can bring that
probably
up.
The demand is not high enough for Series S, apparently. I don't know, but
dude, if you ordered a Series S, if they had one at your fucking Walmart, you could probably pick it up and they bring it out to your fucking car. See, that's what I'm saying. Why can't you guys get those in your store? Like New Satan, get them in your store. Stop this scalper shit, man. Like the problem lies in that we've got probably.
I mean, scalpers can go to the store, but there's ways around it that makes it harder for scalpers to get multiple consoles. I mean, unless you're going to be paying like 40 friends to go into the store under different IDs, because they generally go, one per customer, blah, 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 and you have to show IDs and different things. There are ways to nullify it. Plus, it takes a bit of the power out of their hands because scalpers probably not going to stand outside the fucking store all day long every day.
Yeah,
right? But they're online every fucking day. It's easy to go on your phone and then I'm a working guy. I don't have time to sit there on my fucking phone or my computer trying to snag one.
Well, you don't want to because you're racing the bots. I mean, you're going against their bots.
I don't have time. I would rather take because I'm not fucking lazy. I'd rather take my ass to the fucking physical store and go pick one up myself because for me, sitting online on my phone, on a computer, going refresh is fucking annoying. And then at the end of the day, I'm going to lose the fucking bots. Get that shit out of here.
Yeah, no. Jago, even if you refresh, you're going to get in that fucking cart and you're going to go to checkout and it's going to go, oops, we reported a problem or some shit like that.
I feel like saying, is Nintendo paying you guys behind the scenes to make sure that you put their fucking consoles in your shelves, but you won't do the competition?
Exactly.
But you know what? Here's the other thing, Jago. If they won't stock the consoles, you should tell them, you know what? You should take your controllers and the games in the cabinet and shove them up your ass too. Because if I can't buy the console, how the fuck am I supposed to buy a fucking controller or a game for the fucking console? I can't buy.
You know what? That's so funny. I have two PS5 controllers I've had since last year because GameStop had them in stock with no PS5.
So what are you supposed to do down there? Turn on and stick in your asshole?
Wait till they have the PS. Wait till they have the PSVR 2 sitting out there, and you can't get a fucking system for that motherfucker either.
You know what would be cool, Noob? If PlayStation had the forward and backwards thinking that would let me experience the DualSense 5 with the PS4, but they said no, you can only experience it on the PS5, and I can't find a PS5. So
I get it for the first, like when COVID was hitting, COVID first came out and kind of came out right in the middle of the console launch. I could understand the first.
Me too.
Your first 6 or 7 months on the shelves, I kind of get it a little bit. Okay, like the demand, because that's when you're going to get the lineups but you can't, like, I'm not walking into Walmart and seeing 20 guys standing up at the counter going, "Oh, waiting for my PS5 to show up from FedEx." Like, you know what I mean? Like, so like they're just feeding the scalpers. They're helping create this fucking bullshit that we're, what was it? 25% of PS5s, according to an article that have been sold, are not even activated. So what does that tell you?
Right,
There's
exactly.
thousands of them sitting in homes.
Scalpers ass.
Right? Like Nightcrawler or Chase Jones.
And you know what? I'm going to say this right now in my podcast, and I'm probably sure there's people listening to it. If you were a scalper, look, okay, I'll get it. I'll write you a check off if you're doing just one or two. Okay, you sell it one or two extra consoles, you basically pay for the one you bought. I'll cut you a little bit of a slack. But
when
if
you
you're
got
that
20
asshole,
of them sitting in your garage,
if you're that asshole. Yeah, if you're that fucking asshole, go fuck yourself and stop following my channel, okay? You know where to stick the sunshine, because honestly, there's people out there that are going through fucking retardedness trying to get this thing, and you guys are being dicks.
Yeah, and you're a fucking piece of shit scumbag. To fuck you.
Exactly. You did it with the mini NES too, you fuckers. You drove that one right up. Nobody could get that fucking thing.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. Or even
again, partly on Nintendo too.
Xbox mini fridge. You fucking pieces of shit. I mean, are you kidding me? Dude, it's a fucking refrigerator. Fucking get out of here.
I think Doggy wanted one and he didn't get one.
Mini fridge.
No, see, they saved me. No,
mini
actually,
fridge,
you scalper pieces
cards.
of shit. To still have 6 of those sitting in your garage, selling them for $200 that nobody wants with those loud ass motherfuckers. Thank you for saving me on that fateful day where I didn't get one of those. Weren't even worth $100. I don't even want one of those motherfuckers anymore. Thank you for saving me of that. Thank you, scalpers. Thank you. That's karma on your fucking ass.
I wanted one too, but I don't want one now.
Yeah, I don't want one no more. Hell no. I wouldn't take those for $49. I wouldn't take one.
I'm looking at Chase Nightcrawler's
wouldn't take one for $50. Nope.
He said there needs to be a way to reserve consoles without losing a spot to a scalper. You're
right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then you have a gamer tag. Right. You have a fucking account to these. You have an account, right?
And you should just put everybody in a queue. Like, you have to have a separate account, certain codes, passwords, whatever, and they put you in a queue. And the next lot comes in, you're first on the list, you get a fucking email, you got 48 hours to subscribe and buy the fucking thing, or it goes back in the queue.
Yeah.
Liv, you do get put in the queue with the bots, and then you lose.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't beat
everybody has an account to these games. Like, everybody has a Sony account, Microsoft account. They should be able to tell you're playing, you're a person. Give these people a chance to get their shit before you put shit out there online, at least, or put it in the fucking store.
Look, dude, if I'm right there with you, I'm not insensitive to, and because we all deal with it. We've dealt with it because of China sent some bullshit over here. I am not insensitive to COVID. Everybody needs to stay safe and protect themselves and get shots and do whatever they need to do. But it's not as bad as it was now. Sony and Xbox, Microsoft need to get off this stupid shit where I don't want to send my consoles to stores and I don't want to sell it online or whatever the hell they got going on, because at this point it's fucking ridiculous. And you're keeping
this is over a year later.
Yeah, you're keeping actual gaming fans from getting the consoles they want, and you're putting them in the scalpers' hands. And then these idiots are paying double or triple the amount.
Yeah, or they sit in a fucking garage where somebody else could be using that and buying your digital fucking game. I don't understand why you let it go on.
They should make a PlayStation 5 dildo, because at least if they can't sell them, they can go fuck themselves.
Right. Right. Those are sitting in a garage and nobody's selling any games on those. Those are users going away.
Look, I'm gonna put this at you too. I'm gonna put this out there for everybody that's listening right now. If you buy a console from a scalper, you don't know how long it's been sitting and where it's been sitting.
Or how much he jacked off on it when he saw all of them and he got all the money he was getting.
I'm being serious. You don't know where it's been sitting, how long it's been sitting, how much moisture it's absorbed or whatever they put it through. So if you're paying $1,000, $1,500 from a scalper, the motherfucker could have been sitting for a year and a half in some like like
And
in some place you wouldn't want would never buy a console from, and then you buy it, you get it home, and then it's like it's bricked because it absorbed too much bullshit.
And Jago, on
or
top
got
of that, Jago, if you paying $1,500 for a PS5 from a scalper, you're a fucking idiot anyway.
Well, no, yeah, of course, but you know what I'm saying. You don't know where these consoles are sitting.
Exactly for that reason.
And what they've been through, and they have no warranty. Fuck that.
Yeah, exactly. That's coming from just some. And who knows?
Well, that doesn't help. I mean, if you got thousands of people willing to pay whatever price because they want it so bad, that don't help either.
Well, no, I don't throw away my money.
That's part of the problem.
You don't either. We don't throw away our money.
I'm not throwing. No,
but lots of people do.
If somebody told me tomorrow I got a PS5 here and I pay like $50 or $60 over top, okay, I might do that. But there comes a limit where it's like
50, 60 different. Dude.
Yeah, but I'm not paying 100. I'm not paying double the price. We got this. I don't know if you guys have it in the States, but we got this place up here called MDG. So they have this beautiful promotion plan where basically what it is, it's like Easy Homes or whatever. So basically they allow you to go buy consoles, TVs, computers, all these expensive things that the average person probably just can't go out and drop $6 or $7 on, but $600 or $700. But you could probably pay like your $20 bi-weekly or something, right? So you know how much it costs in Canada to get a PlayStation on that program? Oh, it's for the low cost of I think $35 bi-weekly, which doesn't sound that bad in the grand scheme of things. But guess how much it costs you to pay it out? $1,600.
Yeah, it sounds like Finger Hut. You ever heard of Finger Hut, Noof? That's what Finger Hut is in the United States. Same.
Well, up here,
where you can get anything you want, and it. For payments, but you're going to pay out the fucking ass. But you get anything you want.
I want to read this message from Dreadpool. He says he added me. He said it's a logistics issue. If they don't send it to them to the stores, they don't have to pay for shipping. I get that, but Sony during Christmas time made sure, and Microsoft too, made sure they had Series X's because I got mine from GameStop. And PS5s in physical locations. So if they want to do it during the holiday season, why ain't they doing it the rest of the year?
They're paying shipping on Nintendo Switches and OLEDs and paying shipping on Series
X.
The loss of these scalpers having these systems sitting in the garage is users not buying digital shit. I mean, that's just. I don't see why they don't see that.
At the end of the day, these scalpers that have them, they're just sitting like I've seen some scalpers on Twitter.
Systems,
I've seen a lot of these scalpers on Twitter. It's not so much now, but these scalpers will have like 30 PS5s, maybe 20 Series X's or whatever. At the end of the day, those things ain't doing nothing for Sony and Microsoft. Right. They ain't doing a damn thing because if they're not turned on, they don't make money. They don't make money on the console. They make money on the software.
Yep.
So if Microsoft and Sony really want to fucking sell software, send the fucking consoles to physical locations where real people can get them, and real people will turn them on, and real people will buy Kings.
I can picture upper management of some of the Walmarts going, I don't know for the like of me while these PlayStation 5 and Xbox controllers and games aren't selling very well. Have you noticed the shelves are very full? We haven't had to restock in a while. Well, duh.
No shit.
Yeah.
Because
that's like buying gas, but you don't have a car.
Exactly.
Right?
See, I always look to when I go. They always have all those Xbox controllers hanging there. They're always full and shit, or the PlayStation. I always look to see, make sure they don't drop the fucking price of them.
You would have been proud to see the lines. I was outside of 2 GameStops on Thanksgiving night. You would have been proud to see the people outside waiting physically to get because they had the chance to get a PS5 and a Series X. I was one of them.
Well, that's the other thing too with some of these retailers that drives me bonkers is I know they're getting stock, but I also know that there's guys. I'm pretty confident they have their inside people, right?
Yeah,
they probably know scalpers that are giving them money under the table to hold the consoles. And if they're not holding them, what I think is happening is they're giving them money under the table and they're like, call me as soon as one comes in so I can get down to the store. So those fuckers are getting first dibs because those consoles are still coming in. And you go there like a day later and the guy goes, yeah, we just had some, but they're all sold out. So I'm like, okay, I get it the first week or two while people were waiting. But I said, every time I come here, I don't see lineup of people hanging outside your door. So how the fuck is everybody getting so lucky? And every time I go there, there's nothing left. It makes no sense. I don't know, man. I'm just getting tired of it. It's over a year now. This is kind of bullshit, man.
Me too. I got to read this from Wise Old Gaming. He said, "I guess the console is like my grandma. If it's not turned on, it's not making money."
Yeah, true enough. But anyway,
Man,
like I said, this is a topic we get beat to death all
Dude,
day.
I
I'm
could
just
go
tired
on
of it, man. It's
Me
just,
too, dude. Me
you know,
too.
even if I had one, well, I actually did. I'm a stupid ass for selling it.
You
You guys
dumbass.
can
I'm
call
gonna
it. Yeah, I'm a
call you a
dumbass.
dumbass, dude.
I was a dumbass. I am a dumbass. I will
I had
admit it.
one too, and I sold it too. Yeah.
I shouldn't have got rid of it because it's one of those things you're gonna kind of go, oh well, I know I'm gonna want one eventually. And of course, I really like to get one before Horizon Forbidden West comes out. But anyway, whatever. It's gone now. I can bitch and whine, but hopefully I can get another one. Yeah.
Sounds like you get a PS4 now, though.
Well, and mine was a really weird, lucky, odd case too. Okay, because I don't know if it told you the story, but how the PS5 came about for me is I just so happened to be going into the store one day, and I wasn't even technically looking for PS5 at the time.
I remember that.
Because I didn't think I was even going to get one, regardless, right?
Yeah,
So I walk into the store and I'm looking at a few different things, and the guy says something to me like, "Was there anything else you needed?" And I said, "Well," I kind of laughed, and I said it to him jokingly, like, "Well, there is something I want, but I know you guys probably much don't have one." And I said, "I'd like to get my hands on a PS5." And the guy kind of looks at me quietly and he goes, "Well, we do have, there's like 2 in the back right now." And I'm like,
What
really?
the fuck?
Yeah, he goes, "Yeah, I got a digital copy back there new." He goes, "And we just had a refurb come back in, a disc one." And he's like, "You want the new or the disc?" And I said, "Fuck, I'll take the refurb disc." And when he told me the price on the refurb, I got a super great deal. I paid less than $500 for it, Canadian.
Yeah.
And it was an immaculate condition. I don't even know what it was refurbed for. It fucking brought it home and worked perfect.
Right, fucking refurb. The only thing I wasn't right.
Yeah, the only thing I was missing was the sleeve that went over the fucking box.
Yeah, right.
I can tell you, somebody probably unboxed it, stuck a disc in it upside down. It's like, this
Yeah,
motherfucker ain't
work.
reading this.
Yeah, I got a PS.
Whatever the reason, but it came back and I got my hands on one. And like I said, just because I had a lot of bills last summer and I knew it was one of those things I could get money for quickly.
Yeah.
It was a quick turnover. So that's why I sold it. But, I thought by now, like fucking a year later, I could be walking in and at least not struggling to find one. Like I figured like, yeah, maybe today I don't get one, but you'd start to see a little bit of a flow, right? You'd hear people going, yeah. I mean, I'm seeing people getting them all the time on Twitter. I got my PS5. I got my PS5.
Yeah.
How the fuck are you buying them off scalpers? You getting lucky? You sitting online? I want to know your secrets because every time I walk into a retailer, they're always gone.
I'm just.
Oh, we had 3 today, but they're gone.
I follow people that show when they're online and shit, and they just stay on it.
I'm just lucky to have my Series X after a year, News. I'm too good.
I got a PS5. I got a PS5 like back when they were first coming out. They had them. It was the Wednesday before. It was Thanksgiving Eve, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna put my name in the hat. I'm gonna try the lottery on Walmart." You know what I'm saying? And I happened to get one on it was 7/15 by the time I got one. I was like, well, shit, now what do I do with this? Because I got the Series X coming and shit. And I was like, and I didn't really have, so I sold it. I sold it to my friend for fucking $50. So I sold $600 because by the time taxes and stuff is like $542. Yeah. So I made about, I kind of wish I hadn't have done that now too. Because I mean, if I ever want to check any of these games out, I probably won't be able to now. I mean, I don't have a lot of time for a PS5 anyway, but I just did that anyway. Got lucky with it. I mean, it sucks for anybody that wanted one and they don't get lucky like that because it sucks. It sucks that you have to play your shit like a lottery man, it's pathetic. It really is. Anything that you want, the pre-order process, and it's online is just a fucking bunch of bullshit.
I had a super chat coming in from our good friend Splendiferous who drops $2. I kind of missed it. Sorry about that, Splen, but I'll get to it right now. It's because they believe in generations and PSVR 2, smiley face, and unicorn.
I missed it too.
Pegasus Nation.
Thank you, Splendiferous. Sorry, we're a bunch of old school passionate gamers.
There you go. You just had one of Mag's Pegasus squats.
That was great, guys. Good core stuff.
There you go, Splendiferous. Sorry, it took me. I totally missed. I got all worked up over here.
Oh, that was worth the
Yeah.
wait. That was worth the weight in gold right there, man.
You get me, Noof, and Doggy together. It's always a good time.
Well, I told you this would be a good show. I knew when I had you two guys on. When the boys said they were backing out, I said, "Boy, well, if there's one night to back out, it's when Jago and Doggy gets on because this is gonna be a good one."
This is the A team. We just demoted them to the B team.
Yeah,
That's right.
You guys have to work yourself back on the show, man.
If Mag and Titan never leave my podcast, I think I already have my 2 replacements.
You know that, brother. I'm right there with you. I'm right there. With you.
Awesome. I'd definitely here.
But I think that brings us to the end of the show. I know, obviously, it's really sad we don't have Mag tonight because that means no Tony Baloney in the house. Hopefully, he's back and in fine form next week. But we'll do one more just because I know you guys all showed up and you like a good stuff. So, any more questions, perhaps, for Arnold, Cletus, or Save Us Sam before we go? We'll end it on a little bit of a high note. And sorry for all of the banter. I'm speaking because it's frustrating, and retailers retailers are not helping; they're hindering.
They're not.
Give us the chance to walk in and grab them. That's all we ask for. Give us the chance because it makes it tougher. I'm not saying the scalpers can't walk into a store and buy them either, but it's a lot tougher for them to have the pick of the litter when you put enough in the stores that it nullifies that sort of demand. It takes away one of their main avenues is the big thing. Exactly. When they start seeing people walking out with them in their hands, they're fucked if they're hanging on to tons of them.
Scalpers are lazy by nature in the first place. So you take away their lazy route, it's going to fight.
I like the fact one guy last year who was hoarding PS5s when asked about it was in an article. He said, "I'm just trying to make a living." And I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, buddy, if you got enough money in your house to fucking buy 20 of these fucking things, then you don't have a problem with money up front, right? Right. You got enough to buy 20 PS5s, brother. You ain't got no problem with money. I don't care if it's on your credit card or not. You still got to pay it back.
Exactly.
You ain't got no problem with money, dude.
Brother. Exactly.
It takes money to make money. Exactly. You want to sit there and say that. Exactly. Yeah.
Most people are not in that situation. Exactly. No. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Exactly. When he said that, it's like, no, what you're doing is just exploiting public demand is what it is.
And
you're
then
being a
making
jackass.
somebody else not be able to get their system that's a real game.
Well, it's a capitalist society. We have a right to do what you want. I had a right to kick you in the fucking balls too.
Exactly. Exactly.
So,
thank you. Hey,
I'm apologizing for talking on a podcast, man, for talking. No, I'm just, I'm just saying, man, I get frustrated sometimes when it comes out in the podcast. We're all frustrated.
Me too. Oh, yeah.
Right? These things shouldn't be. 6 months ago or 7 months, we're the fucking year and a half, and come on, man. People shouldn't have to be grinding for this shit now.
Like I said earlier, that refrigerator. There was no fucking reason you should have to fight online.
Look, if you're a lazy bastard and you prefer to shop online because you don't take showers but once a week, fine. I get it. You don't want to leave the house. But there's us old school guys who don't mind leaving the house and want to shop at an actual physical store and pick up a console or a game in a physical location. Yeah. Give me the fucking opportunity.
And do you know what also works in the favor of the companies right now? Because these consoles are still so expensive to manufacture, correct? Yeah. So the longer the artificial demand is pent up, guess one thing they don't have to do? They don't have to be competitive and drop their price.
Nope, exactly.
Yep.
They can keep the prices high for 2 or 3 years longer than they normally would, because after 2 or 3 years on the market, sometimes you see the price drop. Yep. We saw that with Xbox One and the PS4.
We saw that with the Xbox One X too.
Exactly. Yeah. But they're not going to drop no prices because actually they ain't jacking them up because
they don't need to. They don't need to because the demand's so high. Exactly. Yes, no freaks, brother. Yes, sir.
Wise Old Gamer was I that bad on the I don't know whoever said you were bad. You were hilarious.
Wise Old Gamer, you're hilarious, man.
I love you, Wise Old Gamer. You're fucking
you're hilarious. You're always hilarious in the chats. You were hilarious on this show and our show. You're hilarious.
I apologize for me, Doggy, and Noof because we were so in the chat. We probably didn't pay as much attention to the chat.
Yeah. But no, if anybody, Wise Old Gamer, if anybody ever no, you're hilarious, dude. You're hilarious on this show, our show. Chat, everything.
Yeah. I think it's safe to say that Jago, Doggy, and we all suffer from jizz clogging. And we get so clogged up that we get so clogged up that we're all very, very hyper.
Let's go, baby!
Whoa!
We just got to get UK Daz on here and then we have a party.
Fuck yeah.
What?
What?
Fuck you up, baby.
What?
Oh, jeez. Great shit, man. But anyway, yeah, we had a question, I think, for Arnold in the chat. Let me see.
Let's see what we got.
What was it here? Where are we? Arnold, what co-op game would you and Safe House Sam? What would you make with Safe House Sam? A co-op game? Oh, geez, that's a great question. Honestly, I really don't know if I'd want to make a co-op game with Safe House Sam, but I suppose if you had to ask me if I'd make a game with Sam over Cletus, I would take Sam because I don't trust Cletus. Because the moment that I'm bending over to pick up an ammo clip or something like that, Cletus might be fucking me in the asshole. You know, at least Safe House Sam is going to give it to me straight. You know, so maybe something like Army of Two would be really cool. We could have a great spin-off, or what do you call it, Kane and Lynch, something like that. You know, where both of us got the machine guns and we can play off of each other. And I can be like the good cop, he can be the bad asshole, and we come out there and light it up. So something like that would be great. But with Cletus, I fucking don't know what the hell you would play with that guy. I don't even think you could have a game with Uno with him. I swear to God, right? Because he's demented. He's fucking weird. Okay,
Hey,
you two things you never do in your life. You never thrust someone with 3 teeth and 3 brain cells. You don't do it.
Hey, Arnold. I guess I got one last one. What did you think of finally being on a show without having to put up with Mag, Titan, or even that stanky Tony? What's his name?
I'm really glad, first of all, that the Tony Baloney, that bound fuck, is not here tonight. His pompous arms can take his asshole back to the chair. I don't want to hear him, but I'm really glad you two guys stepped in. You're the real fucking heroes. You guys, you came and you brought the shit. Fucking Titan is full of shit. It's probably on the
baby!
Titan's probably in there right now, sitting in the bathtub in his yellow water, you know, with his cramps or whatever girly shit he's got on. I don't know. Maybe his maxi pad got a little bit too tight. I don't know.
Right, get up.
What the fuck you not here, Mag? I don't know. Like, what the all getting sick at the same time. What the fuck, you girly guys? What the hell? You got to be on the shelf. The next fucking week you're not here. I'm coming to kick your ass. You got to get back here. But at least these 2 motherfuckers here, they came out and they brought it. They brought it to the show. We made us laugh. They were awesome. So then you know what you got to do. Wattenzo gave me awesome as well. We got to get you back in here and have a great time. At least Chad's amazing as well. But there are no excuses next week. Titan and Mag, unless you're fucking dying, unless you're showing up in your caskets, you better be on the show.
Well said. Thank you.
I'm just gonna say I've had a fucking blast tonight.
Yeah,
you know, from Doggy, man. I gotta come back more often. Thank you for the invite, Nov.
Amazing how fast the time flies when you're having fun. Isn't it?
Man, this was absolutely
I felt
the
like
fastest 2.5 hours or whatever. Yeah, right.
I can't believe it's like after that time. Yeah, exactly. I feel like we just barely started, and here we are closing the show.
I know, yeah. I'm rocking in my chair. I could go for like another 2 hours.
Normally you guys stop at like 2 hours right on the dot. We're 2 hours and 11 minutes. Jesus.
Yeah, we're a little bit longer. That's it. I know what we got here now. This is the long team, and the other crew is the short team.
All right. Yeah.
Over here these are the guys with the dick hanging down to the knee. The other guys are like the guys that just got to the very cold swimming pool, little swivelly ones.
Hey, Cletus, do you want to get any cheap shots in on Tony while he's not here? You know.
Hey, Philly Dilly, it's about time there, Tony Baloney. You got to bring your ass back to the podcast so we can have a little one-on-one, you know what I'm saying? Because you can talk the top, but guess what there, man? I can do some fiddly dilly, and I got gums for your ass. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, let's do it, baby. Now, Megan Titan, they's awesome. Hopefully, they're back next week because we all misses them up in here. I certainly misses them because at least I feel somewhat smarter when Titan talking. So, yeah.
Awesome stuff. Yeah, we miss you, Mag and Titan.
Yeah, man. All jokes aside, it sucks not to have him here. I can only imagine what our podcast would have been like tonight with all of us here tonight. It would have been fucking crazy.
Yeah, woo.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd have been
But,
crazy. Yeah.
hey, another time, another place for sure. But anyway, let's let everybody get out of here. Chat, you guys are awesome. Chase Jones, we love
yeah.
you, man. Hope you're doing well. Lost Forever, Wise Old Gamer, Spider-Man, Timothy Dixon, Joe Dunmore, Dreadpool's in the house, Splendiferous, the Metalhead, Shizno Elite, baby, Tony Grasso, Punk Edition, the house. What's going on, Punky?
Yeah,
Good to
yeah,
see you.
nice,
Victor Allenstein, John 907, 108 Dragons TV, Lemon!
Lemon!
Yeah, man.
Woo!
We had great people in this chat tonight. I can't name you all off. As I said, the Wise Old Gamer, Back from the Dead, my buddy Ryan Galloway. Man, just a great crew up in this chat. I appreciate you guys each and every week. I always apologize if I forget to shout somebody out because I try my best. It's not easy, but thank you all for being here. It means the world to us. We don't do it without you, right? We're all part of the same team here. Some are on the panel, but most of you guys in the chat, you keep us very entertained. The comments you leave us are just absolutely fantastic. And yes, pray for Spooky. We are. Apparently, his aunt just left an update a little while ago and said that he's after flatlining again. So he's really in and out of it here, man. He's fighting, but we're pulling for him. I don't know what the hell went down. That's the crazy part. Like I said, I think on last week's show, I said, like, fuck. I mean, like a couple of days before he went in the hospital, he's like singing shit on social media and
man.
And Spooky, nothing else. You got to come back because we need more wank stains of the week, okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Please.
So-
please. Yeah, please.
Yeah.
brother. Man.
So yeah, Spooky and Trinity, we are thinking about you. Thanks for all the updates and
Right.
to his aunt and everybody. Yeah. So yeah. And but anyway, guys, let's get out of here. We will start with the ninja himself, the fighting warrior, Jago Kuken. Jago, let people know what's happening with you, brother, and where they can check you out.
Well, I want to say thank you to the chat tonight, Wise Old Game, everybody that's been in here and made me laugh. Noof, Doggy, you guys, it's been
Oh my God.
awesome. I haven't laughed this hard in a while. I hope it's not as long next time before I come back. I love Noof. He's the one that got me in podcasting. He is my brother from another mother. Like I said, the chat was awesome. I've been going through a lot of shit myself personally. Noof and Doggy know that. I needed this tonight. Like I said, chat, you're awesome. We pray for Spooky. If you're going through a lot of things, it's not gaming related, you can always hit me up. I have an ear. I may not be the best person to listen to. Noof probably the same way. Doggy too. We are all family. If you're friends with me on Twitter, I know I'm not as active as I used to be because of things I'm going through. But you can always hit me up in a DM, and I'll try my best to listen or give you advice. It's maybe as shitty as it may be, but I'm there. If like I said, if you're friends with me on Twitter, I'm your brother, I'm your sister, whatever. It doesn't matter. If you want to come hang out and watch our shenanigans on Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern time on Retro Renegades, that's where you'll find me most of the time now. I don't really do a lot of podcasts anymore. Me and Noof used to do a bunch back in the day. I kind of got burnt out, so I kind of just did.
Hey, we'd still be doing a fucking glitcher.
Yeah, Glitcher would actually fucking band up and do them, but oh well. But
I don't know what happened there.
I don't either, and I don't try to figure it out, dude. But it's the same avatar on the Xbox. It's the same name. It's Jago Kuken on the Xbox. It's Jago Kuken on Twitter. At Retro Renegades on Twitter. But if you see this avatar, it's me. It's me. I'm not fake. I'm not. This is me. You heard me tonight. You get what you heard. I'm the same person all the time. I'm all about fun. And even if my day is shitty as hell, I'm all about fun and trying to uplift people. And even if I may piss you off with some things I say, but trust me, I'm always trying to be a positive person. Love you guys, and I hope it's sooner than later before I come back. Love you.
Love you, Jago, man. You're awesome, man.
Yeah, Jago's awesome. He's certainly one of my longtime supporters,
one of my favorites.
And I appreciate it. And always good to do a podcast with Jago. Every time he's been on Gaming After Dark, he's absolutely lit it up. It's good to have him here. And Jago, like I said, I guess it was a great time for the invitation. So,
thank you. I appreciate
it. Glad that you could be here, man. You definitely, like I said, you brought the heat tonight with the show. It was fantastic. And it was great. And to our other fantastic guest, who is fairly new to the podcasting community, but he came in and made an immediate impact on everybody. and it's been he's just been running gun ever since, baby. It's Doggy Dog, the man who barks and bites. Yes, Doggy, let people know where they can catch you, because I know you're a little bit busier these days. You got some great shows happening. Like I said, I made a suggestion to Jay. You got to add you to Retro Renegades, and sure enough, it happened. And there you go. The rest is history. Let people know what's happening.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. I haven't. Yeah. With that, I have no things
one
to
of the
take.
most energetic people I've ever known. He's fucking awesome.
Man, yeah, see, I love you, Jago, man. All you guys, the Retro Renegades. Love all you guys for having me on that podcast. So happy to be on there. Noof, man. Noof, thank you for all you've done for me, man. Like, like you suggested the Retro Renegades for the first podcast I was ever on with you and Mag and Titan, man. You guys,
I heard it. I listened to it.
Yeah, and I was also it was Game of Forte actually on there too, and I cut you guys off sometimes, and I was horrible on that show, but man, not actually horrible, but
no, you weren't horrible.
I wasn't horrible, but I did, but I learned. I got some tips from a great person and stuff, and now I'm part of this great community, and also, by the way, the chat, man, I love you guys, man. I love the chat, man. That was the greatest thing, was always being a part of this chat, and this this is the best part of any part of any podcast is the chat, man. The chat brings it all together, man. It's just being, why else if the chat isn't there? So
I'm gonna say one thing right now too. I've known you for a long time, Noof. You never changed, and you're one of the most positive, actual, passionate gamers I ever met in my life.
Oh.
And I fucking so respect that. And you are my brother for life, dude.
You know what?
All
I can say, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I speak my mind, and I speak from the heart.
I love that.
I have opinions. Sometimes they're misconceived. People hear certain things and run with it, and of course they think that I'm this big jerk. I mean, the whole the Game Pass thing was taken wrong for so long, and I never once from day one said Game Pass wasn't great and wasn't the best thing.
No, you didn't.
I never ever ran down Game Pass. I just said it wasn't for me, and I always look at the glass half empty and glass half full, because I'm sorry. Despite how fact Game Pass is really good in a lot of ways, there are some aspects of it as well that could hurt avenues of gaming.
There is.
Right? It's not not everything is always sunshine and roses, as I think Stallone said in one of his movies, or something like that. You know what I mean?
Farting some rainbows. Yeah.
Unless you're a blind fanboy, you will see that, and I see it just like you do. Yeah.
My complaint too is when we should be talking about the games itself, it became the conversation was always about Game Pass, and it's like you should be talking about the games on your console, not just how good your service is on the console, because the service can be great, but if it doesn't have great games, it's fucking pointless. We're starting to get them now. Like, hopefully the dark clouds are behind us. I think they are. I think Microsoft is going to have an extremely strong 2022, 2023, but eventually, like I said too, shit or get off the pot, guys. Enough of the excuses. You've been making these games now 4, 5, 6 years. It's time to get the games out. Enough of these massive delays and stuff like that. You got to do something. Either you need to start shorten up your development time, or shorten up your games, or whatever the fuck you got to do. But 5 and 6 years between iterations of games is crazy, especially when you look at the competition. I'll say this time and time again. You look at someone like Insomniac, who's managed to put out fucking the 2 Spider-Man games. They put out Sunset Overdrive. They put out Ratchet and Clank. They put out about 5 or 6 major games in a run of about 7 years, and yet everybody else is stagnated. So, if they can do it and they can put out quality, what the fuck is everybody else doing?
That's
my point. What's everybody else doing?
You're absolutely right, but I just want to say this. If you guys are not watching this channel, if you guys are not following Noof, I know I'm not as active as I used to be, but me and Noof, we have a long old school podcast career. I got to know Noof really well. If you're not following Noof, you need to be following him. He is the most honest, down to earth guy that won't shoot, that will not bullshit you, will always speak his mind and his heart. You need to be following. Yeah.
And like I said, his wisdom that he spread onto me, just a few simple things that helped me in podcasting and stuff. And it's and it helped me on to being on Retro Renegades, on there with Axel and Princess Zelda for the Iconic Video Games podcast, which is just a completely, you kind of like Retro Renegades. There's no console war going on. We just talk about games, man.
Games,
The
yep.
games we love, our passion for the games, dude.
Yep.
And it's so cool on both those shows. It's a diverse cast, if you will, and you'll come to love each of these shows if you come check these out. Tuesday night, 7 Eastern.
Yep. 7 Eastern.
Retro Renegades, and
Yep.
then 8 Eastern on Friday nights for the Iconic Video Games Podcast. And you will see, you will hear the diverse.
If you're gonna, my only advice, and I always give this anyone in podcasting: if you're gonna do podcasting is about entertainment. Most of us all talk about the same shit week in and week out.
Of course.
But do it with some pizzazz. Do it with a little bit of energy, right? I know I have the advantage because I come from radio, but it's all about inflection. It's all about attitude, because I don't want to listen to podcasts where people sound like they're in a fucking library.
Nope. Trust me.
I always feel like I'm yelling too much, but I
don't even care. Like, for me, I'd rather listen to an energetic, stupid person than someone that's fucking amazing knowledge, but they're boring fucking shit.
That's why Doggy gets in there.
Trust me, Noof, podcasting when you taught me to bring the energy, whether I knew what the fuck I was talking about or not. Let's go, baby!
Yeah, like I'm not saying
like
all
that.
the time.
Yeah, just keep it.
But have
gotta
energy.
be, like, you know, it's too easy to kind of have the, you know, two podcasts where it's just
you don't want to,
you know,
you don't want to listen to a podcast that sound like they're reading an audiobook. And turn to page 3. Here, she ran up a hill. She got some water. She fell down the hill. I don't want to hear that. No.
Yeah, Noof gave me he gave me about 3 to 5 pointers, dude, that were just awesome, good facts. And I mean, they like I was doing the first side, don't cut people off.
When you listen to your favorite,
just
think about when you listen to your favorite sports announcers, right?
Right, and I love Noof.
Guys who call games. You can tell who you immediately like, and you can tell who's like, yeah, you know what, that guy knows everything about the sport, but he's like watching the paint dry.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
You got those announcers that are automatically commanding. Like as soon as they start talking, you're like, oh man, this guy's got it. You know, like he's just got that level, that volume, that, you know, he brings it.
We still got 26 people here, and we're still almost at 2.5 hours.
We're pulling one of those epic outros here.
We're rolling down. But I got to thank everybody. You know, Noof, Jago, Retro Renegades, Axel, Princess Zelda, the chat, Wilmy Hoods had me on, and Clowns, just so many names. Mike, brother Mike, man, just what a great, I am so lucky to be a part of this, and just.
This is about positivity.
Stay positive, and came on, and just have fun.
Absolutely.
Have fun with
We're
life
all
and
having fun here, guys. It's all good. And everybody in the chat, you guys are amazing.
Yep.
But let's end the show here. You guys know where to find me, always in the gutter. Yes, when I'm not on Gaming After Dark, you can find me on Sunday mornings for Good Morning Xbox with a fantastic panel over there of Axel 1324, Scrub Nurse, Cool Cat Terry, Cerebral Paul, and Eternal Shaddai. I look forward to having another fantastic podcast this Sunday, and it goes at 9 a.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Hope to see some of you guys in the chat, which I always do. I know Tony Grosso, he likes to come in. I'm usually late, but he's always there. Your Doggy Doggo's usually there. The sunshine coming out every Sunday. So, but I understand. But we appreciate it. Like I said, whether you're there for a minute or you're there for the whole show, just popping by a lot of times means the world to us, because I know I certainly can't stay for everybody's podcast, and we don't have enough hours and time in the day. Man, if I watched every podcast for as long as they go, everybody that I actually like in this community, I don't think I'd ever play a video game.
No, you wouldn't.
You know, and I like to be like a lot of us. I like to be interactive when I'm in the shows. I don't like to just sit and listen. Some guys, they'll do 100 other things and are listening in the background, but I like to be engaged.
I can't.
Yeah, me too. I like to be engaged because I feel like I get the show better when I'm engaging, because the chat keeps things on point sometimes, or you'll bring up a great point and think about something that's good, and you feel like you're still part of the show, but you're not. You know what I mean?
Thank you, Tony. Tony said had a good time. Hope to see you on good again, Tony. He's talking to me. I appreciate it, brother. Dude, I really do.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, we will have Jago and Doggy Dog back again. That is a promise. Sooner than later.
All right.
And outside of that, guys, I'm going to try to do another community game night this Saturday. I haven't picked out the exact games yet, but look forward to something this Saturday again. So I'm working this Saturday, so I won't be able to catch up with Tushy in the UK crowd. But I will hopefully be doing one of the games, and I'll let you know here probably by tomorrow. If you're interested in community game nights, it's this simple. You just add Noof Nukem on Xbox.
Yep.
And when you see us online, you just pop. There's going to be an open party, and all you have to do is pop in the party. Even if you've never met us before, you just pop in and say, "I'm here for the game night, Noof." That's it. That's all it is.
Yep.
You don't have to wait for an invite. It's open invitation, because I don't know if you're online. I might not even have you on my friends list, so you can add me. You'll see me online. Just pop. Is that freaking simple? Some people make it sound like it's some kind of complicated thing.
No, it's not. No, being serious. Just jump in.
Everybody's welcome, no matter your skill level or not. Like last week, we played Gears on Saturday night, and we had people all over the board. We had some really good Gears players. We had some that were obviously a little bit rusty, or some that were not as well versed. But everybody had fun, and that's what it's all about. I tell people, look, I play Forza Horizon with people, and I suck at it. Like, I normally finish like at the bottom of the pack every time, but doesn't keep me from playing. I love it, and I love it because it's not just about playing the game; it's about hanging out with like-minded people and having fun and shooting the shit and having a laugh. That's what community. It's not just about winning and kill death ratios and shit. You'll get that try hard once in a while. You know what? We usually put them in their place and say, like, dude, if you can't calm down and you can't relax, then go. You got to go. Right? We're there to have fun. That's all it's about. So anyway, I hope to see more people on those, especially the ladies. You got to come out and get some more lady involvement in the community. That's great stuff.
Yes, sir.
But anyway, that's it for us, guys. Have a great night. Take care, and we'll see you again on Sunday, and we'll be back here with a full panel next week. Hopefully, if the guys are feeling up to it. Mag, Titan, we missed the hell out of you. Hopefully, you get back on the next show. So take care, everybody.
Peace out.
Bye, guys.
Much
Bye,
love.
guys.